Done yet. Otters, Knights, that's up next. We're going to hear from Warren Fogle coming up on the other side of this break as the Erie Federal Credit Union pregame show rolls on here on Fox Sports Radio 1330, The Fan.
An Erie landmark since 1953, Nunzi's Place serves generous portions of great food at reasonable prices. Family owned for almost 60 years, Nunzi's prepares the finest Italian food in Erie. Come see why the Erie Times News said Nunzi's is known for food that tastes good. Nunzi's Place, located at 2330 East 38th Street, near the Bayfront Connector. To call for reservations or place an order for takeout, call 825-2940. Nunzi's, known for Italian food that tastes good since 1953.
The Otters are back in the playoffs, and you can follow the journey as they march towards an OHL championship. Purchase your playoff ticket package today by visiting ottershockey.com or contacting the Otters at 814-455-7779.
SEO, text message marketing, social media.
As a business owner, you know the best way to reach customers is online.
Viral videos.
But you don't have time to keep up with the latest digital marketing technology.
Web design.
That's where Local Edge comes in, especially for the one term you're most concerned with.
ROI.
As a full-service digital marketing agency, Local Edge offers turnkey solutions to grow your business online. From search engine optimization and marketing, to social media, to mobile advertising, to video promotion. Our expert support team is ready to customize a program to your needs and track results throughout the campaign. Plus, as a division of the Hearst Corporation, Local Edge is backed by the largest, most diversified communications company in the nation. So when you're ready to generate leads, find new customers, and increase your revenue, talk to the digital marketing experts. Visit localedgemedia.com. Think digital. Think Local Edge.
National Fuel says, smell gas, leave fast. Then call 1-800-444-3130. If you detect something that smells like rotten eggs, it could be a natural gas leak. Leave the premises immediately and contact National Fuel from a different location. Do not use your phone or turn on a light inside the area. Immediately leave the premises and call National Fuel's emergency line. Play it safe and remember, smell gas, leave fast. Then call 1-800-444-3130.
In 50 yards, turn right on Main Street. Continue on Main Street. On second thought, go directly to Tim Hortons. Order any freshly baked bagel and Philadelphia cream cheese for just $1.99, like the new Asiago bagel with chive and onion cream cheese. Recalculating route to your nearest Tim Hortons.
Change up your morning routine with a bagel and cream cheese from Tim Hortons. Now just $1.99 at participating U.S. restaurants for a limited time.
All the exciting action of OHL hockey.
The Erie Otters
On Fox Sports Radio, 1330, The Fan.
Welcome back inside the Erie Federal Credit Union pregame show. Aaron Cooney here, joining at this time Warren Fogle of the Erie Otters. And Warren, now that you're 30 games in with the team, point per game player for the Otters, how have you settled in with the team and now they're having some steady line mates as well with everybody getting healthy?
Yeah, for sure. I think my adjustment here has gone pretty smoothly. I'm just happy to be here, and like you said, yeah, just having an established line has made things a lot easier.
And for you, I see you at hounding pucks is like the big thing that Brownie or Dave Brown talked about, and watching you out on the ice with you and Anthony Cirelli, PK, or even out there on the forecheck, you guys are relentless. It doesn't stop going to get the retrieving of a puck or getting back on the back check, anything like that. How do you develop that into a game and to become so strong at it?
Yeah, I think we're just both real competitors, and we just don't like to lose. So when it comes to hounding pucks, we just want the puck as much and then try to make plays when we get it. So both of us coming from the East, most of our teams are suited that style. So I think that's what Brownie got from getting us, is two competitive players that just like to work.
For you, now a 4-game goal-scoring streak, and part of that, you get Kyle Maximich back on that line. What does he add out there with you and Anthony Cirelli?
Yeah, Maxie creates a lot of space for Anthony and I. He makes unbelievable plays with his elite skills, so for me, it's just try to get open, and I know he'll make the right play.
Playing shorthanded is much more difficult for you when you're out there to have a guy like Anthony Cirelli, as you mentioned before, but you found a way to find the back of the net. You got, 3 shorthanded goals with the team. being out there, is it much more of a challenge for you to get out there and pull him behind the goaltender during shorthanded time than it is out there in 5-on-5?
Yeah, I think it's just exciting on when you're shorthanded because you just try to get the puck out of your own zone. But for me, it's nice on this team that I have the goal light to try to score. I know on Kingston I wasn't allowed to do that, so it's pretty exciting that I can do that here.
I'm sure Chris likes, letting the Hounds out to go and do their thing. One last one, looking at the London Knights. After they dropped the one last week, it's become an even tougher road for them for where they want to be and even to move up in the standings. You got to think they're going to come out even harder here tonight against you guys. How do you prepare yourself, and how do the Otters prepare themselves for this first period and going forward?
Yeah, I think we just need to stick to what we've done the last few games, and that's just being strong defensively. We didn't have a good weekend prior to our recent one, and I thought we made some adjustments that made a huge contribution these past few games. So for us, it's just playing hard and being smart on defense.
I think so, Warren, and have fun tonight.
Thanks.
That's Warren Fogle of the Erie Otters. Face-Off is next on Fox Sports Radio, 1330, The Fan.
Over the years, technology has greatly improved the productivity of the business office, from faxes and copiers to multifunction printers. Now we don't know how to get things done without them. And that means you need a reliable printer copier and a dependable service plan. That's why you should trust Cooper Business Machines. They are Erie's only authorized dealer for Sharp document systems. And most importantly, they will maintain your machine so that it continues to, well, work. Just like your car, it needs regular maintenance, and parts need to be replaced regularly. If your copier isn't properly maintained or you're not getting toner in a timely fashion, then you've been reminded what it's like to work in the dark ages. Don't wait any longer. Your business requires dependability. Shouldn't you expect the same? Cooper Business Machines, Erie's only authorized Sharp dealer and service provider, helping you get back to business since 1980. Online at cooperbusinessmachines.com or call 456-7585.
Programs, get your programs!
You know, Mill Creek schools have all the programs you need.
Really?
Yes, they have preschool programs, Center for Performing Arts programs, Honors College and ROTC programs, dual enrollment and student internship programs, not to mention 16 advanced placement courses, 30 varsity sports, and over 50 high school clubs and activities.
Sounds like they do have a program for everybody. Programs, get your programs!
In the Mill Creek School District.
Otters fans, if you're looking for the best hand-cut steaks, fall-off-the-bone ribs, made-from-scratch sides, ice-cold beer, legendary margaritas, and fresh-baked bread, then look no further. Texas Roadhouse, located at 7475 Peach Street, Erie, is the place for legendary food and legendary service. Whether you're looking for a special occasion or just a night out with good food and friends, think Texas Roadhouse. And don't forget to cut your wait time by using their famous call-ahead seating. That's Texas Roadhouse, 814-864-9494. It's Erie Otters hockey on Fox Sports Radio, AM 1330 The Fan, WFNN, Erie.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside the Erie Insurance Arena, where tonight the Ontario Hockey League presents a top 5 DHL matchup. The Erie Otters hosting the London Knights. Hello again, everyone. Aaron Cooney here with you. High atop the Erie Insurance Arena, set for tonight in a snowy Erie, Pennsylvania. I know a lot of people were distressed that the game may not happen in the travel conditions of the storm blowing through the eastern front, but London makes it safely, and we're ready for a hockey game here on Tuesday night. A big day in the Midwest Division. All teams playing, and the Otters may have, well, there's a chance they could clinch the division tonight. They'll need a win and some help. As the Otters, Chernak misses on the opportunity, as Erie into the offensive zone. Warren Fogle back behind the net. A wheel on the near side. Goals in 4 straight for number 37 in Navy. Max Simic back behind the goal. Takes it on to the far side boards, plays it out to the blue line. Stanbrook in some trouble as he's run into by Mitchell Stevens. The Otters do keep the puck alive, but it's knocked off the stick of Max Simic. And here comes Cliff Pooh. Knocked down to the ice and walked in offsides after the bump from Max Simic. 39 seconds in. Goaltenders for tonight. Troy Timpano the start for the Otters. 34-7 on the year. 4 shutouts. 2.37 goals against average and a .902 save percentage. Tyler Parsons gets the nod for the London Knights. 26-2-3. 4 shutouts as well. tied with Timpano for third in the league at a 2.37 goals against average. This one deflects out of play. We'll have another draw coming up. Parsons leads the league in save percentage at .922. Timpano coming off of his fourth shutout Sunday night, 7-0 over the Peterborough Peeps. And the Otters taking the best in the West, best versus the East matchup Sunday evening. Here's Pickenish. Bring it on near side corner in control. London in the offensive zone. Hand off to Max Jones. His first game back after a 10-game suspension. Deflected back down. Pickenish into the corner. Crawley joins the play. And behind the net, drop it off in front. Ripping a shot off the post. Deflects onto the far side boards. The Otters could not clear. Thomas gives ahead. Crawley fires again. That one sails high in the glove hand side. Kept alive by London along the far side boards. Pickenish down the right wing side. They're going to give out in front. Bounce towards it off a leg of Taylor Radish. The Otters can't clear. Aaron clearing attempt. Kept in by Mete. Holds now. Centering pass in front. Bounces just wide off the stick of Pickenish. And the Otters will poke to center. Take the heat out of a hot kitchen. And they chase back into the London zone near side. Quickly escaping are the Knights. And they're right back in Timpano. He'll play it in some trouble here. Klokkanen right there on the trail, but Owen Hedrick able to slide this one towards center. And on for Ivan Lani to throw into the zone. Parsons will slide it up back up the near side boards. Bounce out to the line. Owen Hedrick keeps it in. Holding, waits. Wrist shot in front. Deflected by Pettit, but Parsons holds on and gains the whistle. Just a minute and 56 seconds in. Shots 2-1 in favor of the Knights, but they have rung one off the post. London came so close that last shift to getting on the board first. Fourth line on for Erie. Garrett Podubny, Christian Gurney, Cameron Lazat. Bounced on the near side, circles after the draw. Van de Sompel snapped a 19-game goal-scoring streak, or drought, I should say, the other day against Guelph. But they do dump the puck in on the near side, and Erie able to take it out to center. Garrett Podubny will find center red. Dump it in, no icing. Madden had to move it right before the goal line, and here's Salaturo up the near side. McDonald coming from the red line, throws it cross ice, jumping in Salaturo. Look out, he saw Lazat coming across, lined him up, deflects the puck in, and now they both head off on the change. Gurney will fly it in from center red. Watched by Carbonera, but the Otters do get it in deep. Moved by Parsons, and then on to the far side. Here's Formanton. Put it back up towards the Otters, and it's turned around as Chernak grabs from his own line, and Fellows in control for Erie on for Ivan Lodnia. Snapped the goalless drought of his own 12 games and a goal on Sunday. Sent down to the far side corner. Erie looking for it. He's bounced on the near side, and Ole Yalevi will set it out to center ice. Here's Pettit to rip it right back into the zone, and Warren Fogle looking to go to work. Slowed by Parsons and quickly sends it on to the far side. Defender Owen Bouchard is there. On the Knights, 4 defensemen in the top 20 in scoring. Bouchard, one of them, who holds now. Just hopped in the 20th as the Otters catch the puck. They're offside, though. Much to the chagrin of the Erie faithful here, braving the Windsor Storm to come and make it to the game on a Tuesday night. Looking for that Dylan Strome poster as well, but Sorelli unable to keep that one in as it bounced across the blue line and back out. For the logjam that is the Midwest Division, they could see some clarity today. Should the Otters get 2 points in the Owen Sound attack, drop their game against the Flint Firebirds, Erie would take the Midwest Division crown for the season. They would still have to record at least another point to take the top seed in the Western Conference, as this one played out to center by London with the Sioux Greyhounds right there. London, still a chance. They could be the number 1 team in the conference. As DeBrincat trying to sweep one towards the net, and he's rubbed out of the play by Max Jones, the far side corners. Taylor Radish picks it up along the wall, deflected away by Cliff Booth, thrown in front, nearly picked off by Strome, but charging away is Jones, head of steam. He gets run into the near side boards by Darren Radish on that collision. As Radish now looking to play the puck up the near side boards, but not up. Crawley keeps it. Jones, he's definitely energized, rested, ready to go here for this one. And he did his best as well, playing on the left wing with Cliff Boo and company. Down low for Jones. Stevens looking for the puck on the far side. Too much on that one as it hops over his twig. Erie looks for the far side. Darren Radish will bounce it ahead to center ice. And Erie, they got numbers here. They move quickly. Strome with DeBrincat and Taylor Radish. Strome the left wing circle now. Drop it in front for Taylor Radish. It was in his skate. They hold out to Chernak. Waits, drags, fires off a leg wide. Erie changing back behind the play. Cliff Pooh will take it onto the far side and skate out towards center ice. Hit center red and then dump it in. London need to win out and gain a lot of help. They could finish as high as first still in the Western Conference, but it starts here tonight. Into their final 4 games, they have Flint twice and then finish up the season in Sault Ste. Marie. Stanbrook holding from the blue line. Gives cross to Chernak. Lines up. Big drive. Save. Made a rebound. Popped onto the corner. Sorelli and Max Simic looking for it. We're up the far side and out as Robert Thomas carries ahead. Tossed in by Fickenish to the near side corner. Chernak trying to get back in time. 2 Knights on him, and Thomas knifed away by Chernak to the far side, and Max Simic will pick up the loose puck. Right back for Chernak, and 5 minutes and 20 seconds off the clock. Scoreless here from the Erie Insurance Arena. Erie looks ahead. Nice pass. Chernak to Max Simovic in flight. Bounced off the stick of Patton and comes rolling towards the goaltender, and Parsons right there with that rolling puck making its way towards them. 5.5 off the clock here from the Erie Insurance Arena. No score. Otters in Knights. The draw back on the near side, left of Parsons, gold medalist with Team USA at the World Junior Championship. Rory set to it again. Welcome in the Steiner clan, watching at home. Here's Jolevi. Played out to center ice. Brought in left wing side for McDonald. Trying to play it out in front of the Otters net. A stick lift there, and it's too far behind anyways for the stick of Quokinen. There's Owen Hedrick up the near side. Moves back behind his own net and will bank it off the boards. Patrick Fellows trying to deflect it out. Erie turning there and send it right back for Mitch Byrne. And now Hedrick. The Otters, you're going to hear from Chris Knobloch coming up during the intermission. They're looking to play their game and be patient as Fellows fires one off the stick. Deflects out of play from the left wing circle, and the draw will be at that circle on the other side of the ice. 13:56 to play. Shot still 2-1 in favor of the London Knights. The Otters against the top teams in the Western Conference, including London, Owen Sound, Windsor, and Sault Ste. Marie. Erie couldn't keep that puck in. Ryan Olmstead comes across. He has the call with duties along the near side at the blue line. Darren Ranish, that bouncing puck, couldn't keep it in on the blue side. The Otters against the top of the West, 12-4-1-0 this season, including winning their last 4 games against these London Knights. That's a fine score of 21-6. Look out, Jones ahead, but Timpano, he'll play this one, flick it on the near side. Jones gets it right back after that pass. Just couldn't handle the puck in time to get it towards the goal. Here he directs it up the near side boards. Jones hustling after it, but Taylor Radish able to bounce it to himself and angle it back on for TJ Ferguson, the far side corner, and right back to Aaron Radish from the near side. Ahead for Dylan Strome. Out through neutral ice, around one man, and walks on into left wing circle. Drags back behind the net, centers in front. Glove save. Parsons robbing DeBrincat in front. Oh, Parsons square and along the far post. He had Taylor Radish and Alex DeBrincat coming in from the circles. And Alex DeBrincat, and that's all he needs is that little split second of time. Good opportunity with a little snap. The near circle, better save from Parsons. Out near side, Fickenish. He'll send it down the near side boards. And a collision there with Sandbrook, and somebody lost the stick. That belonged to Fickenish, and the Otters, though, will find the puck and just move it out to center ice. Back is Mitchell Vandersumple. Played left wing the other night. On the line with Cliff Pooh and Mitchell Stevens, and here's Vandersumple now. Drop pass. Poked away by Fellows. They'll angle up the near side and back onto neutral ice. Dumped in one more time by London. Erie back to retrieve. Sambrook with 2 men on him. Bounced this one off a leg. Comes to the near side boards, and Vandersumple keeps it alive. Sends it back onto the tape of Fickenish, Pushed out in front, knocked away by the Otters' Tim Pano, and skating ahead is Warren Fogle. North-south 37, coming towards the goal with a backhander, rises high, catches the end glass. Loose to the far side boards and slid ahead by London. They clear. Trying to fish a change is the Knights. The shot from Chernak goes off the glove of Parsons and deflects back off the end boards, and they'll escape the center. Ahead is Robert Thomas trying to back down the Otters. D 1-on-2, drags between them, moves on in, saved by Timpano. Oh, he got around the Otters defense but couldn't finish it off. London into the Erie zone. Kuokkanen down below. Gives to Dante Salaturo, a free agent signing of the Columbus Blue Jackets. And return to London into the junior hockey ranks here shortly after the trade deadline. Centering pass Salaturo, intercepted by Owen Hedrick. And the Otters get ahead to center and fired on across. Here's a chance for Sorelli, bouncing it towards the net. Swept away by Parsons, could never gain control. Now Kyle Pettit up high along the far boards. Mitch Byrne will keep it alive, but it goes right off the leg of Salaturo, and Pettit, rough battle right in front of the blue line. Still going at it as they bounce it down to the corner, and Christian Gurney looking to chase it down. We found by Crawley instead. A plus 52 on the season. Get out the blue line. The try from Hedrick, found up high by Parsons, and he holds on. With 11:19 to play in the first, the number 2 Erie Otters against the number 4 London Knights, the CHL top 10, facing off here tonight. The draw remains in London territory. And on to the left of Tyler Parsons. Bringet won't take the draw. The right-hander on the near side, but it's won instead by London. Pushing it ahead is Victor Mente. And now found by Jones on the right wing side. Jones trying to go cross ice. Good stick from Darren Radish. Knocks away from Stevens, and the Otters on out to center. To Bringet left wing side. Trying to push it in front for Taylor Radish. His block comes right back to Bringet. Scores! Mama Pajama! Alex DeBrincat gets his pass right back and snaps it past Parsons. 1-0 Erie. Well, it didn't take them that long to begin a new streak after going 19 straight with a goal that came to an end on Sunday in a 7-0 victory. Alex DeBrincat opens the scoring here just 9 minutes into the first period. And Alex DeBrincat is one shy of the Erie Otters single-season goal record. That is 64 of Dane Fox just a few seasons ago. Bounce ahead and look out. A chance for Formanton down the right wing side. Plays it in front. It goes off the stick of Hedrick and wide. Ilicic up to the near side. Kept in by Carbonera. Glove down. Spinning on the near side. Looking to move it ahead off the wall. They will find jumping in Carbonera. Byrne and Ivan Ladnia go to work along the near side. They get it up to the blue line. It's kept by Vandesnap. Going right on to Nicholas Mattinen with a drive. Sails wide. Tipped off the near side corner and all the way down ice. Back is London to retrieve behind Parsons. 1-0 Erie on Alex DeBrincat's 63rd of the season. Midway through this first is Vandesnap. Skates out near side. Will play it up off stick seal here by Maximovich. Settles the puck down. Now hands off for Sorelli in front. They made the rebound after it's Fogle over the top of the goaltender. The puck never made it on goal. Played back to the near side. Chernak trying to keep it alive from the line. He won't slide it down the wall, but Pickenish will clear. Back is Sambrook. Quickly worked ahead for Fogle, and one hand on the stick, able to get it into the zone. Then right back out by Mattinen. 9.5 to play in the first. DeBrincat the only goal. Warren Fogle came very close to his 5th in a 5th game. As Viltish knocked down by Maximovich. Here comes the Otters into the zone. It's Taylor Radish coming, trying to play to himself. Runs out of real estate. Ends up in the crease of Parsons. Bumps him into the net, and we'll get a whistle. With 9:13 to go in the first, the Otters out to a 1-0 lead. Alex DeBrincat, the only goal at the 9-minute mark of the first. 1-0 Erie.
Now it's time for the hockey launch game brought to you by Lakes Ride Surgery of Erie. I
Real beer, real historic atmosphere. That's what you'll find at the brewery and Union Station. Erie's original brew pub and restaurant, located downtown at 123 West 14th Street. That's the brewery. Proud sponsor of the Erie Otters. The Otters, when scoring first 31, 4-1-1 this season. Face-off beat to the right of Parsons. In this 1-0 hockey game, the Otters, out of the last 4 meetings, 2 of them, the I had to come back from deficits after the first period, both of those being at the Budweiser Gardens, and the only 2 losses to the London Knights when leading after 1 period. Cernak takes the puck, and pushing and shoving back behind the play. Mete tied up with Lazat back the other way, and London dumps the puck in. Peloturo hands off. McDonald ends up down along the ice. Knocked down by Podubny, and here's Kuokkanen, though, in control. Bouchard holds, waits, now lets it fly, sails wide, and off the glove hand side, and Christian Gurney back for Eric Cernak. He'll try the near side boards, up but not out. Yolevi keeps it on, blocked by Garrett Podubny on that attempt towards the net, and the Otters send it in from neutral ice. Gurney heads off, chasing is Garrett Podubny. Moved on to Salaturo, sent it right back. It's picked up by Bouchard. 20th in defensive scoring. This one dumped in by Erie. Into the Erie zone and touched up by the Otters, and a penalty upcoming. Otters are going to the box. Taylor Radish for boarding Evan Bouchard on the near side wall. The first power play belongs to London. That was mostly the story last Thursday in London was the special teams play. Erie 2 for 3 with the man advantage. London, a power play goal of their own. Here's a try from the blue line, held on to by Timpano on the one-time drive from Yolevi. The Otters, their penalty kill unit, 4th overall in the league. They win the draw on the near side board. Step there along the wall. Darren Radish will head off to center ice. 2 shorthanded goals on the season for Darren Radish. He sends it into the near side corner. Now backs up. Bouchard will lead the march ahead. Knights look ahead, trailing by 1. Onto the power play here, the first of the night for either team. Yolevi sends it into the far side corner. Deflected by Darren Radish. Picked up by Pooh with a man in front. He will behind the net. Brings on near side. Puts it off the stick of Fergus. Loose along the goal line. Erie pokes it in front of their own net, and Pettit will play it full length to the ice. 40 seconds off the clock. Bouchard back to retrieve again. Parsons settles it down for him, and now ahead to center red is Bouchard. On the near side, across the line, offside is London. With a minute 9 on the power play, Taylor Radish in the box for boarding. 7:28 to play this first period. Otters with a 1-0 lead on Alex DeBrincat. Goal at the 9-minute mark. 63rd of the season. That leads the league. Timpano settles down the shoot-in. He'll wait, drop it off for Cernak. Try the far side boards. Knocked down by Cirelli. Comes off with Fogle. Warren Fogle barging in right wing side. Wrist shot. Up save. Parsons. And he holds on. Fogle, 3 shorthanded goals with the Erie Otters alone this season. Talked to him during the pregame show about it. You can see his face light up. Saying he didn't get the green light much when he was playing in Kingston. And Chris Knobloch has let him loose on the PK. But it has shown. Another opportunity there, him and Anthony Cirelli. Pettis take the face off here against Robert Thomas. Bounced in the circle. Patrick Fellows, his partner here. Knifed off of his stick. Crawley moves it to Jones, right back for Crawley. And they'll reset from their own circles. Victor Mente a wheel ahead. Montreal Canadiens prospect. Moving in far side. They would have been offside. Drilled down the ice instead by Fergus. Back to retrieve is London. 25 seconds left on the power play. Thomas flying down the right wing side. And down to the corner, in behind the goal now. Poke check by Darren Radish. Ran out of room as he hits the near side corner as Max Jones tries to center. Intercepted by Strom Erie. They had numbers. They'll fire it down the ice instead. 8 seconds left on the kill. There's Mete. Looking ahead, that's knocked down in middle center ice by McDonald. Jones picks it up, moves it in, but they're offside. McDonald just ahead. Time expires on the power play, and the Otters have killed off the first penalty of the game. 6:18 to play in this first period. Shots are 8 to 4. And the Otters, the only team to get one past the goaltender. 1-0 Erie. Here's Owen Hedrick. On for Eric Chernak on the dish. Quickly up for Maximowicz. Now Lodnia right wing side. Got into the zone. Knocked down the attempted clear. And he hands off to Maximowicz. Looking in front. Here's Podubny. Quick shot. It's blocked. Bouchard with the stick down. Here he finds the puck out of the corner. Ivan Lodnia protects, shields, and hands off behind the goal for Garrett Podubny. Room on the near side. Heads out past the blue line. Hedrick. Quick shot from the line. And Parsons is there. With traffic in front, gobbles it up. No rebound. A couple of the top offenses here in the league, 1 and 3 respectively. Erie, 4.75 goals per game. The Knights third at 4.25. They've been some of the top offenses over the past few seasons. Since the turnaround of the Erie Otters back in 2013-14. Darren Radish takes the play from Timpano. Erie back to their own end. Danbrook coughs it up though. McDonald in front, poking, trying to get the shot away. It's blocked by Darren Radish. Strom out ahead to center ice. Slows things down and gives off to DeBrincat. He got poke checked and the Otters get to the blue line. Back near side, Darren Radish. Waits. Gun cocked for DeBrincat. He'll take the pass right wing side. Moves in. Wrist shot through traffic. Somehow Parsons able to deal with a big body of Taylor Radish in front. And makes the glove save and no rebound. But Radish picking up his 40th goal of the season. Sunday evening. Just the 13th player to do so in team history. The number has picked up quite a bit over the last 3 seasons. DeBrincat doing it each of his 3 seasons with the Otters. Now 63 on the year. Formanton will set it out the near side board. Poked away by the Otters. Garrett Podubny down one. Dirty in a heap, but he gets right back up as the Otters try one, sails wide. A shot from Podubny. Carbonero find it on the far side boards and skies this one back towards neutral ice, and Owen Hedrick gets back in time at his own end. Gets it right back out to center. Cam Lazat, former defenseman, now playing on the wing for the Erie Otters. Stationed out at center red as Crowley charges towards the Erie line. Trying to get around 2. Bumps into Byrne. Loose puck in the circles. Picked up by Hedrick and he sends it out of play. Penalty coming up. Delay a game call to Owen Hedrick. And there is the disruption from Adrian Carbonera. Chasing down the loose puck. And you can see with that big frame at 6'2", 190. Barreling in on you. Owen Hedrick is trying to get rid of that puck quick. And the no-no over the glass. Erie shorthanded for the second time in this period. They'll drop it near side. Right of Timpano. An opportunity for London to tie. All kinds of issues here at the face-off dot. Adam Harris comes over and says, all right, guys, back it up. Let's drop the puck. Brian Holstead will do the delivery. And now we're into action. Yolovi holds from the center point, gives near side for Bouchard. Yolovi also in the top 20 in defensive scoring. He sits 18. Down low for Pickenich. Looks near side. It's the third-ranked power play unit on the ice. The London Knights is Bouchard left wing from the circle. Off the leg of TJ Ferguson, gathered right back in by number 2 in white Bouchard. Back on to the center point area. Yolevi, Bouchard left wing, looks down low, off the leg of Fergus again, gathered out of the corner by Pickenish, up the near side boards. Bouchard again controls from the half wall. Lost the puck along the near side, Pettit reaching for it, knifes it off the stick of Yolevi and kicks it the rest of the way. That waits 40 seconds on the clock. Owen Hedrick in the honor shorthanded a second time tonight. Barging down right wing side, Cliff Pooh tries to cut across and drops off to Pickenish. Going down low for Salaturo. And the battle ensues into the far corner for the puck. Chipped up the far side. Reaching Sorelli, couldn't get it. Yolevi has it now left wing. Watched by Fogle. Hand off to Bouchard, center point. Cliff Pooh on the right circle. Walks in, throw it towards the net. And that one kicked away. Might have been blocked. Never made it on net. Yolevi back to the near side. Cross ice pass. They hand off for a one-timer. Bouchard. That one sticked away by Timpano. Yolevi sent it back around the horn. Cliff Pooh there from the right wall with 40 seconds on the power play. Sends it to the circle. Cleared by Erie. On the whack by Fogle. 30 seconds. Hedrick in the box. Delay of game. Otters lead 1-0. Alex DeBrincat goal. As Max Jones down to the near side corner, leaves there for Stevens. A collision with Stevens and Ferguson. The puck is loose. Thomas will give out to the blue line. They fake and give the Vandesample along the line. Right side, Thomas sets up Matze from the right circle. In front, deflected on goal, but Timpano the stop. Now Thomas from the left corner. Given front, intercepted by DeBrincat. He'll snap it off the window and clear. Out of the box is Hedrick. Erie has killed it off. Two of them this first period. Then to Erie ice, no icing after the stick lift by Darren Radish. Stambrook shuffled on far side, catches the corner, and Stevens going to find the biscuit. Give it in front, intercepted. They had Jones taken by Stambrook and springs loose for DeBrincat. DeBrincat pass for Stambrook off his skate. I think that was intended for Taylor Radish, and Stambrook got in the way. They find Strome on the right side, though. Back for Radish. Moving in. Save made. Rebound. Whack away. Parsons covers up. And now some pushing and shoving towards the crease. When the whistle sounds, Stambrook, Radish down in front, but the Otters only one past Parsons on their 11th shot. 2:13 to play in the first. And the Otters, after killing off two minor penalties, will look to finish this thing even strength. The final 2:13. Ladnia now on. He'll play with Max Simic and Taylor Radish. Knocked down is Ivan Ladnia, but it's followed up by Max Simic. Taylor Radish, he'll let one go. That's off a stick, bouncing to the near corner. Grabbed by Milicic, given out ahead. Misses the intended receiver, poking in back, though. Owen Hedrick for Erie. Sharply sends it to Taylor Radish. Sends it off the body of Ladnia. Will bounce to center, and Vandesample controls for the Knights. Out ahead, stepping in front of a man was Max Simic, was followed up, and right wing, it's McDonald sending one off a stick to the near boards. Vandesample gives to the corner, Milicic. Tied up by the Otters defense, and Ladnia on over. Hits the brakes. Now looks for a man trying to get this pass out, and he does. It'll be picked up by Max Simic from the left side. Flip it towards the line. And it's knocked down by Mattman. And he's run into by Taylor Radish. The puck gathered at center and moves on for Kokenin left wing side. Going to duck around Chernak. Sweep it in front. The Otters intercept Hedrick. On the pass. Picked up near side. Fogle. Aerial on for Sorelli. He's ahead of the play by a stride. Offside, Erie. Sorelli that close. Thought he had kept the skate down on the aerial pass from Warren Fogle to pick it up in flight. That's the second time that Sorelli has had an opportunity cut short by an offside whistle. Minute 12 to play, and the Otters take the draw back. Sambrook. TJ Fergus going to launch it again, and here comes Sorelli into the zone. Offside again. This draw will come back towards the Otters line. You see it was a set face-off play. After Sorelli won that back, pushed on to the left defenseman in Fergus, and Sorelli kind of doubled back and came up the near side boards, trying to sneak away. Just unable to connect on the pass. Sorelli gets a little help from Fogle, and the Otters take the biscuit, move it up. Fergus trying to find Fellows, off of his stick, knifed away, and Scooty drops it off for Formanton, trying to deke down to the near side. Rolls off his stick, and the Otters poke it ahead. Here's Sorelli from the right wing. He'll get it onside this time, Ray. Fling it towards the goal, never made it at the net, and it's guided right back out the center by Bouchard, and Fergus twirls to the near side in the final 40 seconds. Guided in by Fogle is settled from the far circles and given right back to Levy. Looks ahead, trailing 1-0. Final 30 seconds. Loose puck out at center. Formanton on for Foodie. Deflects it on down on the near side corner. Stanbrook will get there and just send it back on towards center. Strom on his horse. Not too much on it as Crowley back. Sends on for Mete. It's loose now. It's DeBrincat. Able to find it 15 seconds ago. DeBrincat spins away and sends it in front. Close there by Strom and kicked away by Parsons. Out to center. Taylor Radish takes a stick. Moved on. Carbonera 4 seconds ago. Dragging in front. Lets the shot away. Deflected out of play by Erie with 1:06 on the clock. With Parsons robs Dylan Strom in front. They just reached and got a piece of the tap it towards the goal. Parsons, another great save here in this first period. He's made 11 stops on the frame. A lot of them have been good opportunities from the Otters. Sent it a couple centermen here. Last draw with 1 second left. Crawley with the gun cock. They went to the near circle. Nobody home. The whistle sounds. We've played 20 minutes. Alex DeBrincat, the only goal. It's 1-0 Erie after the first period. UPMC intermission report coming up after this on Fox Sports Radio, 1330, The Fan.
Dr. Jones is right over there.
Early in the afternoon, Barbara checks in at a doctor's office. But if you look out the window, it's miles from the closest medical facility, because Barbara is in Highmark's Healthcare Mobile Clinic, a doctor's office on wheels that brings care directly to remote communities and members in need. By reaching out to Highmark members in need and inviting them to our mobile clinic, we're making access to care a little easier. Living proof of the difference you can make when you're all for health. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Visit HighmarkLivingProof.com.
Whether you're a student athlete, a seasoned competitor, or a weekend warrior, UPMC Hammett Sports Medicine is the only regional program with more than 30 years of experience treating sports-related injuries. From sports injury prevention to specialized treatment, visit us in our facility located in the Bayview Center at 100 Peach. UPMC Hammett Sports Medicine is recognized for its expert treatment and rehab of any sports injury. Count on UPMC Hammett Sports Medicine, the choice of area athletes. Visit upmchammett.org for more information.
The Sheridan and Courtyard Erie Bayfront Hotels are proud sponsors of the Erie Otters. Join us for the pre- and post-game celebration at the award-winning Bayfront Grill or the brand-new Shoreline Grill. Let us help you fuel up for the high-energy game with our extensive menus and craft brew selections. You Otter be dining with the best.
Why buy a used car when you can drive a brand new one for less than $11,000? The 2017 Mitsubishi G4 sedan is an all-new vehicle available in this region only at Interstate Mitsubishi, half-mile south of the Mill Creek Mall on Route 99. The Mitsubishi G4 is one of the least expensive ways to own a brand new car that's a new car with many features. Right now you can buy this new sedan for less than $11,000. It's $10,999 or $149 a month. That's $149 a month to own it, not a lease. And the G4's mileage, up to 41 miles per gallon. Makes it even more affordable with the tax on gas going up. Think about it. A brand new sedan, the all-new 2017 Mitsubishi G4, under $11,000. Only at Interstate Mitsubishi.
Prices prior to tax, title, and license and includes dealer APR cash, which requires financing through dealer indirect lending service. Payment is figured at 84 months, 3.9% APR, and Tier 1 approval, and does not include tax, title, and license based on 14,830 MSRP.
The Otters skate here. Fox Sports Radio, 1330, The Fan.
Welcome back inside the UPMC Intermission Report. Aaron Cooney here. Joining me at this time is Erie Otters head coach Chris Knobloch. And Coach, the Sunday against the best team in the Eastern Conference, and it seems like your team had no trouble whatsoever to do whatever they wanted with the Peterborough Petes. But in that game, what made the Otters in your group, what did they do so well that made them so dominant on the ice?
Well, I think there was a couple things. when you get good goaltending, a lot of mistakes get covered up, and I think with the way Troy played, it looks like our defense was almost perfect, and it was much improved, but Troy played really well. And the other thing is on the defensive side, it was the turnovers. We, out of all the periods that we played, probably the first period in London, we weren't very good. We just turned over the puck a lot in the offensive zone or on the attack, which just makes it so much easier on the London Knights that night to defend against us, play against us. That they, and in the first period, we weren't very good. Troy was, fortunately for us. So other than that, I think those are the two biggest changes, was how well Troy played and how much better we managed the puck.
On Troy, to come back, for a goaltender to only see 14 shots that they're missing a month and try to work back to things, what has he done to get himself to where he's at? Because he has looked to be back in that form right before he was out sick for a month. But a guy that we saw outduel Michael McNiven in back-to-back games, a guy that can, healthy on his game, he's one of the best in the league, it seems. But how is he able to get himself back to where he's at and to perform the way he did over this past weekend?
Well, one of the things with Troy is he's probably was one of our best conditioned athletes before his sickness. And anytime you're in that good of a shape, it's so much easier to recover from it. So that was one benefit for us getting Troy back. Then the other one was his work ethic. When he was healthy enough to start working out, he was in a gym for 2, 3, sometimes 4 hours, just on the ice in the gym, just constantly working out to speed the process and the recovery. I think maybe if it was somebody else, we're not getting him back so soon. But I think with the condition Troy was in before and how hard he worked to get back, I think those are definitely underlying factors.
That's Chris Knobloch of the Erie Otters. More hockey coming up on the UPMC Intermission Report here on Fox Sports Radio 1330, The Fan.
An Erie landmark since 1953, Nunzi's Place serves generous portions of great food at reasonable prices. Family owned for almost 60 years, Nunzi's prepares the finest Italian food in Erie. Come see why the Erie Times News said Nunzi's is known for food that tastes good. Nunzi's Place, located at 2330 East 38th Street, near the Bayfront Connector. To call for reservations or place an order for takeout, call 825-2940. Nunzi's, known for Italian food that tastes good since 1953.
It's March Ticket Mania with the Erie Otters. For the Otters' final 3 home games, March 12th, 14th, and 18th, fans can purchase select tickets for just $12. Purchase yours at the Erie Insurance Arena box office or by calling 452-4857.
SEO, text message marketing, social media.
As a business owner, you know the best way to reach customers is online.
Viral videos.
But you don't have time to keep up with the latest digital marketing technology.
Web design.
That's where Local Edge comes in, especially for the one term you're most concerned with.
ROI.
As a full-service digital marketing agency, Local Edge offers turnkey solutions to grow your business online. From search engine optimization and marketing, to social media, to mobile advertising, to video promotion. Our expert support team is ready to customize a program to your needs and track results throughout the campaign. Plus, as a division of the Hearst Corporation, Local Edge is backed by the largest, most diversified communications company in the nation. So when you're ready to generate leads, find new customers, and increase your revenue, talk to the digital marketing experts. Visit localedgemedia.com. Think digital. Think Local Edge.
National Fuel says, smell gas, leave fast. Then call 1-800-444-3130. If you detect something that smells like rotten eggs, it could be a natural gas leak. Leave the premises immediately and contact National Fuel from a different location. Do not use your phone or turn on a light inside the area. Immediately leave the premises and call National Fuel's emergency line. Play it safe and remember, smell gas, leave fast. Then call 1-800-444-3130.
I'm a night owl. You?
Nah, more of a morning person.
Do you like comic books?
Historical nonfiction. Documentaries?
Sci-fi. Window seat?
Aisle. Beach?
Slopes. Favorite color?
Red. You?
Blue.
We all have different tastes,
That's why Tim Hortons makes a rich, smooth, dark roast coffee served hot or iced. Try a small today for only $1 plus tax.
Tomato?
Tomato. At participating U.S. restaurants, offer available for a limited time.
Dreamed I was an Eskimo. Frozen wind began to blow. And my mama cried. And my mama cried. Don't be a naughty Eskimo. Watch out where the Huskies go, don't you eat that yellow snow. Watch out where the Huskies go, don't you eat that yellow snow. Right about that time, people.
Good evening, Erie Otters fans. I'm Kel McLaughlin, and tonight I'll be bringing you the UPMC Intermission Report. We'll start with the Arctic Spa recap. The Otters are leading the London Knights 1-0 after 20 minutes of play. They're leading in shots as well, 12-6. Tyler Parsons has really had to stay strong here through the first period as he's been absolutely shelled with a number of shots from the Otters' top scorers. It was Alex DeBrincat who scored the Otters' only goal through the first 20 minutes. It was off an innocent-looking shot just outside the slot. I don't know if Parsons was screened or if you just didn't pick it up off DeBrincat's stick, but it was a bit of a floater that just sailed right through Parsons and in to give the Erie Otters the 1-0 lead. The Knights were dangerous on a couple power plays there near the end of the first period, but they were unable to score as Troy Campano, starting for the Otters tonight, has really stood strong when he has needed to be, and that's where we stand after 20 minutes. The Otters 1, Knights nothing. But we'll move to the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by the Sheraton and Courtyard Erie Bayfront Hotels, proud sponsors of the Erie Otters. You ought to be staying with the best. Just two other games in the OHL tonight. Kitchener Rangers are defeating the Guelph Storm 4-1 after the first period, and the Flint Firebirds are losing to the Owen Sound Attack 3-1 after 20 minutes of play. That's not good news for the Otters, who are hoping to take the Western Conference by stranglehold here as we head into the playoffs. The Otters really could use that home ice advantage through the entirety of the playoffs. Owen Sound is creeping in on them, as are the London Knights. So if the Owen Sound Attack beat the Firebirds tonight, that's not good news for the Otters. Our hold on first place in the Western Conference is a bit tenuous. It's a strong conference. The top seed in the Eastern Conference would be 6th in the West, so that just gives you a big indicator of how strong the Otters conference really is, and they're leading it as of now with just a couple games left in the regular season. But we'll leave you, and we'll be right back with some second period action coming up on Fox Sports Radio 1330 The Fan.
Over the years, technology has greatly improved the productivity of the business office, from faxes and copiers to multifunction printers. Now we don't know how to get things done without them. And that means you need a reliable printer copier and a dependable service plan. That's why you should trust Cooper Business Machines. They are Erie's only authorized dealer for Sharp document systems. And most importantly, they will maintain your machine so that it continues to, well, work. Just like your car, it needs regular maintenance, and parts need to be replaced regularly. If your copier isn't properly maintained or you're not getting toner in a timely fashion, then you've been reminded what it's like to work in the dark ages. Don't wait any longer. Your business requires dependability. Shouldn't you expect the same? Cooper Business Machines, Erie's only authorized Sharp dealer and service provider, helping you get back to business since 1980. Online at cooperbusinessmachines.com or call 456-7585.
Programs, get your programs!
You know, Mill Creek schools have all the programs you need.
Really?
Yes, they have preschool programs, Center for Performing Arts programs, Honors College and ROTC programs, dual enrollment and student internship programs, not to mention 16 advanced placement courses, 30 varsity sports, and over 50 high school clubs and activities.
Sounds like they do have a program for everybody.
Programs, get your programs!
In the Mill Creek School District.
Otters fans, if you're looking for the best hand-cut steaks, fall off the bone ribs, made from scratch sides, ice-cold beer, legendary margaritas, and fresh-baked bread, then look no further. Texas Roadhouse, located at 7475 Peachtree, Erie, is the place for legendary food and legendary service. Whether you're looking for a special occasion or just a night out with good food and friends, think Texas Roadhouse. And don't forget to cut your wait time by using their famous call-ahead seating. That's Texas Roadhouse, 814-864-9494.
What's 10,000 square feet with 100-plus arcade games, all set to free play, including air hockey and one round of glow golf, all in one great space?
If you said Playport Erie Arcade, Erie's largest indoor arcade center, you're exactly right. And if you haven't had a chance to stop in and enjoy all those old favorites and new challenges, now's the perfect time. Race your friends head-to-head with the 4-player simulators, ride motorcycles, boats, skis, and more. Playport has bowling, pinball, basketball, hunting games, and of course, all for a one-price admission. Come on into Playport Arcade. It's like having that feeling when you wish you were a kid again. Yeah, that's the feeling you'll get at Playport Erie Arcade.
Playport is more than just an arcade.
Playport is Erie's first indoor glow golf attraction. It's like walking into another world as you enter the glow golf room filled with neon and different fun obstacles at every hole. Playport is fun for all ages.
And now for a limited time, grab 3 people along with yourself and take advantage of the 4-pack special. But hurry, it's only for a limited time.
Playport Arcade on West 12th Street in the big white building just east of Peninsula.
I beat my best score. I love this game.
It's Erie Otters hockey
on Fox Sports Radio, AM 1330 The Fan.
WFNN, Erie.
Welcome back here inside the Erie Insurance Arena. 1-0 Erie after 20 minutes. Buckle up, we're heading to the second period. With Alex DeBrinket, the only goal, 63rd of the season, closing in on Dane Fox, Erie Otters single season record of 64. Now one away from tying. As we welcome everybody back on the TV side for the second period, 1-0. Erie Otters of the London Knights. The big one in the Midwest Division here tonight. Everybody in action in the Midwest Division. The Owenstown Attack, a 3-1 lead over the Flint Firebirds. Kitchener Rangers lead the Guelph Storm 4-1. As we get underway, fired ahead, no penalties carry over. Erie 2 for 2 on the penalty kill thus far. Bounce down to the far side corner, chopped away from Jones. Taylor Radish turning around, bounce back to the corner off of his stick as the Otters and the Knights chase for it behind the goal. Picking up Max Jones, wraparound try, stuff at them, covered by Timpano. Whistle sound. The Otters leading after one period, 28-3, 1-0. The Knights trying to climb back. They need to win out if they want to have an opportunity, even a chance to finish first overall, and then get a lot of help. Knights are 12-7, 3-1 when trailing after the first period. The Otters look out, play in front, shot over the stick and over the head of Timpano. Thomas got in front and Chernak got in just in time to elevate that puck away. Erie will clear and send it down. Here 40 seconds into the second period. The Otters ahead 1-0. Milicic out of center ice. Given on far side boards. Thomas into the zone. Passed off the skates of Chernak and gathered here by Ivan Ladnia. He circles on and now chases out the center ice. Gets around one man right wing side. Swooping into the zone here with a wrist shot. Sails wide looking for the left pad. Bounce back to the near side corner. Ladnia trying to reach around Milicic. That goes wide. Fellows now piled up in the near side corner. Thinking behind the goal, Thomas had it knocked away, but the Otters hold in from the blue line. Sandbrook with the man just on. Wrist shot off the crossbar and out of play. They've been deflected in front. Looks like they may have changed angles. The reaction from Tyler Parsons. Trying to make the stop with the glove hand side, but it kicks off the crossbar and out of play. Face-off stays inside London territory. It'll be on the right of Parsons. The Otters on home ice are looking to tie their franchise record for home wins in a season. That would be of 30. They get a victory here tonight. Here's DeBrincat after the drop. Face off. Never made it on net on that try. Bounced off the end boards and out ahead. Here comes Quokenin. With a man ahead, Salaturno will chase this one down behind the net. Wheels on far side, drop it off in front, intercepted DeBrincat. Man on his back, Quokenin. Got to get it loose, and DeBrincat escapes that and heads to center. On the right wing side, cuts across the ice, drops it off for Strome, sends on to Darren Radish. Near side for Fergus. Wine doesn't shoot. Thinks of it again and hands off to Darren Radish. First shot through traffic. That sails wide on the glove hand side. DeBrincat trying to hand off to Strome. Goes between his legs. The puck sent out in front. Stick lift on Taylor Radish. And it's taken by London the other way. Here's Dante Salturo. Late man. Bouchard walks on in. His shot is blocked and bounces behind the net. Quoken in there. Turns in the corner on TJ Fergus. Hands off to the circle. Turning, firing wide. Salturo. Bouchard now. His wrists are deflected in front and in. Quoken in. The deflection from 10 feet out sends it off the near post and in, and we're tied at 1. Completely changed the angle on Troy Timpano with that puck coming in. It looked like it may have headed wide on the blocker side. It was tipped down in front. And Yanni Quokenin, his 25th of the season. We are tied at 1. Now they're going back, taking a look at it. As the play's under review, linesman over to the nearest side. They may be looking to see if this one is offside on the play. Goes back to the entry with Dante Salvatore. I don't think there's anything wrong with deflection. Take another look at that. Usually on goals you have a linesman wouldn't be taking the phone call. We'll wait and see. Getting the replays on our side, it's all of the goal. But I imagine that they're looking at it on side from the entry back in. So I don't know if there are guys in the replay side. Give us that. The entry in from the left wing side for a skip back for Bouchard. But as of right now, 2 minutes and 15 seconds into the period, it appears we are tied at 1. Discussion as they come off the telephone here. Lengthy one now. That gives us a moment to tell you about our referee crew. Brought to you by Laser Eye Surgery of Erie. Jason Faints, Mike Parents, our 2 referees. Adam Harris, Ryan Olmstead, our linesmen. Powwow in front. Still no delivery. I'll take a look at the goal again. Guys, I think they're looking at the offside, but we'll rewind one more time. Or not. Well, should it stand? Yanni Quokenin, second-round pick of the Carolina Hurricanes, is 25th of the season. Tie this game up at 1 in the second period. Early Park was a brand-new hockey game, very much to start this second. Midwest Division. And top spots in the Western Conference on the line. Erie needing to win 2 of the next 3 games to solidify the top spot in the Ontario Hockey League playoffs as the number one team in the Western Conference and will clinch home ice throughout the entire postseason. As we sit here in the second period in the midst of a goal review, with London appearing to tie this game up at 1. Alex DeBrincat scored in the first, his 63rd of the season at the 9-minute mark from Dylan Strome and Taylor Radish. Give the Honors a 1-0 lead that they took into the intermission. Now into the second period with this one under review. Should it stand to be at 2:15 of the second period. And a lengthy review. I'm not even sure what's going on. I'm not even on the phone right now. And now we're heading into the third song during this review. Honors fans, remember that True Moo and Meadowbrook Dairy Pure Milk is the official milk choice of the Erie Otters. It's True Moo and Meadowbrook Dairy Pure Milk. Pick up a gallon at your local grocer today. So I don't know what the hold-up is now. Still back over on the near side. Adam Harris, who was on the phone for a little bit, then hung up. And we sit still waiting on this goal review. Now you got guys taking laps just trying to stay warmed up. Stretches from our goaltenders, and this is either going to be a good goal. We're tied at 1. Or a 1-0 lead to the Honors will remain. If it's decided it's not a good goal, the Honors looking, I mentioned before, yes, it could be tying a single season home wins record. It's at 29 right now. They sit it with 30 back in the 2013-14 season. And they could have a chance to break it here this year. This is the Honors' second to last home game. They'll go to Kitchener on Friday and then finish things off and Guelph on Saturday night. All right, we're going to pick up the phone one more time. Look it down in front of us. We're still in a delay for the what could be goal. Here we go. Well, everything looks good on that. The entry for if they're looking to see if it's offside. Now the only other thing you can think of is if it pops offside here on the near wall when Bouchard picks the puck up along the board. That's what you got to look at, and they just showed the replay here. That's hard to tell because the boards are in the way. You don't have, let's see, we got a little higher angle now. So the entry is good from Salaturo in there, but when the puck is shot and comes around the horn and picked up again by Evan Bouchard, can't see from that angle either. As of now, it's going to stand as a good goal. We got a side angle. Wokanen takes the puck behind the net. He spins it on for Salaturo, who misses on the shot. And after a lengthy delay, we finally have a decision. It's a good goal. There's the down on the ice level. We stared at the ice. So nothing to overturn it. Good goal for London. Wokanen is 25th of the season, and we're tied at 1. We can finally get back to the game. All tied at 1. That's one of those tough ones where it's picked up on the wall. The near side for Bouchard. He let the shot go. Deflected by Wokanen. Just from the inside hash mark of the face-off circle. 2:15, we have a tie game. The Otters trying to get it right back. The attempted pass blocked out of play on the 2-on-1. They're now a tie game, 1-1. Drawn to the left of Tyler Parsons. Hopefully you had more than enough time to catch a nap and grab a snack as we get back into action. And now a tie game at 1. After the lengthy review, London is tied this game, Wokanen. Then in by the Knights off the body of Timpano. It sends into the far side corner. Miletic tied up by Chernak. He shuffles it ahead with his glove. Now foot race to the near side as Pickenish comes crashing in on Stambrook. Takes back up the near side. Otters trying to elevate it out as Vaxovich couldn't. Pickenish comes in. He's got the puck and sends one towards the goal. Knocked down in front. Back to the goal. They score. Sam Miletic able to sneak this one through Timpano from the left circle. And just like that, the London Knights have taken the lead 2-1. Oh, here we go. This one's under review too. Now, you gotta wonder if it was played, if it was washed out right there, played with a high stick and then gathered back in for the shot. And then snuck on the short side on Timpano. So now we actually have Jason Bates on the phone to review the goal. Not an offside try. We saw our angle down from the near side. And we're back on a review. Should the goal stand? Elie Miletic with his 35th of the year. I'll draw him in for a tie with Cliff Pooh for most on the London Knights. Here's the thing, yes, it stands. Miletic has his 35th, and the Knights, in a span of 55 seconds, have turned this from a 1-0 deficit to a 2-1 lead here at the Erie Insurance Arena. Otters send back their own line, and now back behind their own goal, Darren Radish in a 2-1 hockey game now. 2 quick goals here to start the second. The Otters trail as Fellows going to make his way into the zone, runs into resistance, 3 Knights, and they take the puck away. Then in by Max Jones, slowed by Timpano, pushes it back behind his own net. Pettit is there. He moves it up the boards, Ladia, and now following up, TJ Fergus on left wing side. Runs into his own man, puts it on the front of the net, and that was knocked away by Crawley. Lodnia trying to keep the puck alive. Strome just on. Erie towards the line, offside. The tie up between Jones and Lodnia just in front of the Otters bench with 16:08 to go here in the second period. It seems like we've been in the second period for an eternity already. Just got started. Back to action, the face-off win by Erie. Taylor Radish couldn't take the pass from Stanbrook, but it's cleared down by Yolevi and an icing call to London. The draw will be to the left of Parsons. The Otters have come back from deficits twice this season against the Knights. This one tied up on the far circle. The linesman goes down. Crowd loves it. It's played into the near side corner as Taylor Radish trying to get away from Mete. Turns back near side and hands out to the point. It's Jordan Stanbrook. Settles it down. Lets the wrist shot go. Blocked by Miletich. Held in by Chernak. He feeds it down deep. Alex DeBrincat wheels onto the far side corner and comes up high. Gives back to Taylor Radish. Takes it on one hand and going to work his way back up the wall. Mete all over him as Erie for Strome rolls off his stick. Thomas takes over for the Knights. He'll work his way out ahead. Ranks 28th, but he turns the puck over. Jump back into the far corner. Erie fling it out in front. It's off the stick of Thomas and sent back down in behind the net. DeBrincat trying to stick handle away from Mete now. He'll give the blue line. Here's Chernak. Wrist shot through traffic. Blocked in front. Loose in front of the goalkeeper. And it's covered by Parsons. Quickly tracking that bouncing puck and settles it. Smothering it with the left paw. 15:09 to go in the second period. And that lengthy review just took out all the energy out of this building. There, the Knights capitalized 55 seconds after tying the game to take a 2-1 lead. Pettit's waved out. Garrett Podubny to take the draw. Cameron Lazat on the other side. Worked on towards the middle of the ice. Taken by Quokinen, given out to center. Owen Hedrick's going to move it back into the zone. Lines up with a slap shot, glove save. And Parsons, no rebound. Well, the Knights, coming into this one, have been outscored by the Otters, 21-6 over the last 4 meetings. They beat Erie back on September the 23rd, 6-2. The Otters have taken the last 4 meetings. They've already scored more goals here at the Erie Insurance Arena. Coming into the game, they had 2, 1 in each of the losses at this building. They've already matched that total on the year as McDonald takes the puck away from Lazat and now heads back towards his own end. Hand off to Mattinen, and now Vandesompel sends it out to center. Bounced around is at the line. Lazat was offside. Tried to come over and finish his check to Vandesompel, who was able to evade it. The Otters result offside. 14:32 to go, second period. The Knights ahead, 2-1. They're 2 unanswered thus far. The Otters try to get back to their game. Shots here in this period, 3-2 in favor of London. And Formanton, he'll put a backhander, catches Timpano up high. Formanton back to it on the far corner. On for Foodie with the cycle. Tied up by Radish, but Carbonera comes in. Reaching is Anthony Cirelli, pushes him to the wall, but Carbonera shielding the puck. Lost it on near side on the bounce, and Cirelli will move it ahead for Maximovich. Up, gloved down by Fogel as he charges towards the London line. Work it down in behind the net. Run of the play by Bouchard, but the Otters follow up with Maximovich. Ducks back in towards the corner. Leave it there for Fogel, trying to charge back behind the net. Goes skate the stick. Works back behind the goal again. Works on the far circle and hands off out. Tie. It's Darren Radish waiting. Put it off a leg and it bounces back to the corner. Cirelli after it. Back onto Darren Radish. Wrist shot through traffic. Deflected in front. Loose. And the crease. The Otters fight it out into the circles for a shot at Fergus. Gloved by Parsons. Fogel in front. Bouncing around and Erie just couldn't get a stick on it. And Fergus eventually letting the shot go. Parsons, again, no rebound on the try. The big part of it. Leads the league in save percentage. Third in goals against average of 2.37 coming in tonight. They missed some time between World Juniors and injuries. 31 games played this year, and he's been called their best player on the season. They're happy to have him back and into playing his best hockey into the final stretch of the regular season and on to postseason time. That will begin next week. Erie will be on home ice, at least to start. Where it goes from there, it's still a toss-up. As the Otters kick it onto the far side, over the stick of Alex DeBrinken, and Cliff Pooh will send it ahead and chase it down to the far corner. Bounced off for Stevens. He sends it right back through and onto the left side, where it's given by Pooh to Yolevi at the point. Back down behind the goal. Reaching with Stevens, found by Jones, in front for Pooh, one touchdown for Mete. He'll hold on away from Taylor Radish and puts a shot towards the net. That's held on to by Timpano. With traffic in front, Timpano the save. 12:49 to go. Here's second. Draw to the right of the Otters. 19-year-old goaltender from Pickering, Ontario, coming over from the Sudbury Wolves just before training camp began. Has been to a comeback season for Troy Timpano. Playing with the Erie Otters in front of him. Second most wins amongst OHL goaltenders with 34. Play back onto the near side corner as Erie after it into the offensive zone. Fellows has turned around and it's bounced right back onto Patrick Fellows near the circle. He dives, pokes it out to the circle, held in by Darren Radish and flicking it towards the net where it's blocked by Matnitz. Lodnia with Matnitz draped all over him. They give on to the far side and Pickenish got buried by Fellows. Fergus has the puck. He tries to work on towards the corner. He's knocked down off his skate. It's loose on for Pettit to float it on towards the front. Knocked down, and now Fergus at the line, right side. Darren Radish winds up with a drive. Never made it on net. Lodnia takes it out of the corner now with some room. Dragged out in front. A stick save by Parsons. Here he gives the blue line again. Darren Radish. Pitch it back down towards the corners. Whacks back on for Radish. Spins away as the Otters in some trouble here near their bench. Trying to make a change and also try to keep the puck in, and it squirts loose out the center. Miletich, that's the go-ahead marker. Gives off to Thomas. They'll work in right wing side. Peels off away from TJ Fergus. Darren Radish played up the near side, and Thomas holds in. All the way around the boards, and Crawley will pick it up far side, and a fresh unit for London on against a tired Otters unit. Defensive pairing's been out there for a little bit. Here's McDonald loose, and he fires it high on the Glocker side. Maximovich now along the near side. Tied up, played by a glove. All good as Cloakinen comes off the wall with it. Trying to drag out in front, bounced on McDonald. He'll set it up to the blue line. Crawley, McDonald along the left circle. Bounce down towards the corner. Salaturo gives up high. One-timer goes wide off the stick of Crawley. Kept in by Bouchard in behind the goal. Played by a high stick. Tapped by Darren Radish. Erie follows up. And the call made. 11:04 to play the second. 2-1 London. They have rallied back in the early parts of the second period. They take the lead 2-1. Face off to the left of Timpano. With Pooh waved out. Warren Fogle taking the draw for Erie. Stevens will step in and wins this one back on the back end, but Garrett Podubny chasing it down, able to snap it between the legs of Cliff Pooh, and it's back to the London line. Crawley to Bouchard, right circle. Out ahead, intercepted by Fogle. He read the play. Charges into the zone, right wing side. Waits, trying to pass on for Gurney. That's intercepted by Jones. He makes his way out ahead, gives off to Stevens, right wing side, with a trailer in Pooh. Stevens on for Pooh, all alone, and sends it high over Timpano. Erie will slide it up the near side boards, and Garrett Podubny can escape out the center. He'll hit the red line and dump it in. Parsons to move it, slowed by Gurney, trying to give it back into the corner. That's intercepted, and out ahead goes London. Here's Bouchard joining the play. Ferb Jones on the right wing side. Fumbled the puck a bit as Stanbrook plays it up the wall, but not out. Then back around the horn by Jones and DeBrincat. Just on. Will pick the puck up, move it ahead for Garrett Podubny. Here he didn't want to dump in, but they'll be forced to because they got to finish up the change. Bouchard sends it back onto center. Whacked out of midair by Hedrick, and the Otters send Taylor Radish to DeBrincat. But Erie would have been offside on that play as they back up. Throw one more time midway through the second period. Now DeBrincat, the only goal for the Otters, left wing into the zone. Waits, tries a shot, now was blocked by Bouchard. Moves to the circle, played up the wall, not out. Byrne holds it. On right, Hedrick, down low for Strome. DeBrincat got open for a second. Strome drags on through, makes his way in, hits the post, loose, they crash the net, and it's knocked up the near side and cleared by London. And a roll to be played by Timpano. Erie trying to stretch it on ahead. Strome deflects it on. DeBrincat to Strome, right back in front. Ulevi takes it away as the Otters came oh so close from tying this game, and an icing call to London. With 9:21 to go, Erie came close, but no cigar. Dylan Strome off the post. And the London Knights ahead, 2-1 here for the Erie Insurance Arena. Fans, keep your clothes in top shape with Chido's Dry Cleaners. If we have an easy, accessible drive-through and free pickup and drop-off, Chido's Cleaners is second to none. That's Chido's Dry Cleaners, the official dry cleaning service provider of the Erie Otters. There's the replay on the Strome opportunity. Peeks his way around the D and trying to tuck it home. Catches the iron. Everybody crashed the goal line. It stays out. And the Knights ahead, 2-1. Here to the second half of the second period. A slow-moving second period, full of reviews, whistles, stoppages. Trying to find the form more time for the first period. A shot in front, deflected around off the try from Radish. Kicked by Pettit, gathered by Thomas, and he skates ahead. Takes the puck out of danger, and leaning in left wing side, it's Pikanich. Out ahead to the point, Mete holds. Waiting for the right side. Back cross ice, Pikanich. He's got to back up. He sends it on to the corner. Picked up by Thomas. Man in front, wide open was Mete. Couldn't get it to him. Got it right back, Thomas. His try, blocked again by Erie. And Fellows, little head fake and makes his move out the center. Side up in front of the London bench. Erie gets it back to the London line, and Mete's going to wind it up. Moves his way through. Smooth skating defender all the way to the near corner. Puts it in front for a try. Stopped him. Pano and the Otters gathered on the near side. Taken off the stick of Cirelli. Going to get it right back off of Thomas. You'll find London. The Otters can move ahead here in the second period as Fellows will dump in Cirelli to chase. Matney trying to get away from Anthony Cirelli. Was able to slide it out towards center, and Thomas off a stick, picked up by Jordan Sambrook, who hands off to Chernak. He'll get into the zone right wing side. Skate, drop pass Maximich. Fogel's open, wrist shot, saved by Parsons. Fogel up the wall. Sambrook fling it towards the goal, deflected down. It was played by a high stick and touched by Maximovich. Cirelli guilty with 7:58 to play, second period. London 2-1. Not a penalty, it was just the puck played by a high stick. As this line again generates an opportunity. Maximovich finding Warren Fogel. And on that, Tyler Parsons, who stopped 18 of 19 here tonight. Vandesoffel. Give back on to Matness. Toronto Maple Leafs 6th round pick. Blown into the Otters zone off a stick as Byrne picks it up behind his net. Two Knights I should say, quickly on him as he tried to move it up the far board. A double back, try the near side. His own Hedrick crunched by Carbonera. Does make the play out the center. Vandesoffel backs up in control. Now snaps it on towards center red. Goes off the body of Christian Gurney, and Mitch Byrne pushes it right back out of the neutral ice area. Whistle did sound. It's an offside play. Just in front of the London Knights bench. and another halt in action. Looking around the league, the Owentown Attack, 5-4 lead on the Flint Firebirds. 3-goal second for Flint to climb back into that one. Kitchener leads Guelph 4-2. The only action here on this Tuesday, final Tuesday of the regular season. In the OHL, DeBrincat back to the lead. In front, bouncing towards Taylor Radish. He was open on the backdoor play, but that one last hop right over the blade of Taylor Radish. He ends up knocking the net off its moorings. This draw should come outside. With 7:15 to play in the second period, the Knights ahead 2-1. They've held the Otters at bay this second period. They scored 3 in the second. Just a few days ago at the Budweiser Gardens, the Otters lead the league in scoring in the second period. Sambrook sends it back in, gloved by Parsons. He'll move it. It's played around the near side boards by Yolevi. Bounced in front. Here he has the puck. Lodniak drags and fires off the blocker of Parsons. Then back up the far side boards. Chernak keeps it alive. Holds, head fake. Now drags again. Putting on a wrist from the far side. It gets off to Sambrook, his defensive partner. Waits. Lodniak now comes up high. Feed down low for Pettit. Ties up the stick of Cliff Pooh, but Pooh spins away from the traffic. Moves the puck onto Yolevi, but they cannot clear as Fellows sends it back in deep. Pettit on after it with Mete. Ducked up the near side. Stevens hands back off to his own defense. Erie changing behind the play. DeBrincat now on, as with Taylor Radish. And back towards Erie territory. After the clear, Sambrook up the near side boards. Taylor Radish guided up the boards and again moved by DeBrincat. It'll end in deep. Parsons will play it, bouncing around. Taylor Radish follows up, gives off to Strome, loose in the slot. Lets the shot go! Rifles it just wide on the blocker side. Erie picks it up on the near wall. DeBrincat for Strome. Turns at the blue line. Darren Radish's shot off the body and it goes wide. Sent back in front. Knocked away by Parsons. Here's DeBrincat spinning in the corner. Comes up high now. Trades place with Taylor Radish. DeBrincat with a little bit of room. The wrister. Oh, fought off by Parsons to the near side and then cleared to center by London. Under 6 to go. Erie turns the puck over to Salaturo. Can't get around DeBrincat. And the Otters looking to stretch ahead with Strome. Not enough in the tank as the pass was too far ahead of him. Mete fired around the horn. Darren Radish going to keep in. Look out. Salaturo takes the puck 2-on-1. Man coming in late. Salaturo fires. Misses wide on the glove hand side. Kept in deep. Darren Radish will send it to the far corner. Reaching is Dylan Strome. Crawley there. Giving on for Salaturo. Back up the far side boards. Cloketon to the blue line. McDonald covering there. They get back. Cloketon left side. He tied this game at 1, and then 55 seconds later, the Knights took the lead. Crawley, wrist shot, never made it on goal. Bouchard picks it off the wall, snaps one, and goes high off the corner glass. And the London Knights, you got Erie hemmed in here. A wrist shot wide again. Bounces onto the point, kept by Bouchard. Bounce behind the net, and Darren Radish plays it on far side. They're able to get some changes, London, and they got a fresh unit playing against a tired Erie Otters line, and finally it bounces loose. And the Otters trying to stretch him out ahead. DeBrincat on for Strome, moving in, sends it high on the glove hand. And the Otters going to back up. And will head off towards the bench. DeBrincat couldn't make his way. There's Bouchard, lost the puck to Alex DeBrincat. Gives ahead for Fogle with a man on him. Knocked down by Crawley. And the Otters going to chase again. Thomas has it on the right side. Enters the Otters zone. Spins just at the line and leaves it for Pickenish on the handoff. Wheeling all the way to the far side boards and sends it in front. They're looking for Miletic. The pass was too far ahead of him. The Otters trying to spring loose out to center. Fogle has a man in Sorelli. Twirls into the zone with it. Trying to give back to Fogle. And it's off a stick and taken by Pickenish. He'll launch this to center. The man on his back, Byrne loses it. And a chance for Miletic with a wrist shot. Kick save by Timpano. Hedrick will find it into the corner. Back behind the boards here. Under 4 minutes to play in the second. The London Knights have a 2-1 lead. Hedrick able to escape and play it towards center. Now Sorelli in a foot race. Down to the near side boards. Anthony Sorelli going to move back on for Maximowicz, but it comes to Sambrook, who's open. On for Chernak. His shot. Glove. Save. Parsons. And he'll hold on to gain the whistle and the halt in action. Here with 3:34 to play. Second period. The Erie Insurance Arena. The draw will be to the left of Parsons. A 2-1 hockey game. The offensive zone draw, won by Pettit, but it's poked away. And chasing towards it, Jones off wing side. Kind of overskated a bit, but gets the puck into the corner. Then out in front, knocked away by Fellows. Takes the pass behind his own net. Erie bunched up here, now trying to stretch it out as Lodnia. They'll send it that way, and Lodnia reaching. Did he get a stick on it? Nobody beats out the icing call. That's a old grab behind the net. Send it on far side, and Jones just deflects it on towards Erie ice. Quickly on his horse with Fellows because Cliff Pooh charging after that biscuit in the Otter zone. Sandberg able to twirl away and give to Chernak. Trying to run the gauntlet. His shot off the stick of Mete out of play behind Tyler Parsons. 2:56 remains as the Knights in the early parts of this period. 2 goals in 55 seconds. Kokanen is 25th, then Miletic is 35th. Let's pull for the tie and the team lead with Cliff Pooh. Draw one near side. Mete gives to Kokanen. They couldn't get it out of the zone. Gurney has a steal. Recovering, though, is Mete. Diving Lazant. They will keep the puck alive. Skied back towards Erie ice. They'll get back in time for the icing call. Radish there. No penalties here in this second period. Mostly clean much of the way this game. Erie the only 2 penalties. A boarding call to Taylor Radish. And then a delay of game call to Owen Hedrick back. Both in the first period. Face-off win for the Knights, and they'll clear back towards Erie ice off the body of Fergus, who's chased here by Kokanen. Banks it back behind his own goal. Darren Radish play this one up off the wall, but I don't think it will bounce out. My mistake is Lazat does get that one the other way. Loose in neutral ice, reaching Salaturo. Poked though by TJ Fergus and the Otters Garrett Podubny. And will get it into the zone, but it's quickly snapped back out the center by Mete. No icing to the slows. Timpano wants to play it. Erie changing forward. Darren Radish looking ahead. Nice pass on to Taylor Radish. That comes in with Strome. Late man in, just on to bring it. He'll throw it towards the net. 6-8 made. Bounces on the near side, but the Otters couldn't pick it up or knocked it out of midair. And charging ahead, Miletic has the go-ahead marker. Hit by Radish. The puck loose on far side. Chopped that by DeBrincat, and off goes Dylan Strome. Going to feed it on to Taylor Radish. Too much traffic in the 6. Knock it away, and Crawley sends it back to Erie ice. Fergus on for Darren Radish, opening things up right wing side. Has a drop, and Taylor Radish. The circles now. Wrist shot. Saved by Carson with 92 seconds to play in this second period. Otters out shooting London 24-13, 12-7 in this period. But that lapse early parts has the Knights up 2-1. DeBrincat the only goal scorer for Erie. Loose into the far circle. The attempted pass goes off the body of Jolevi, who now controls, receiving from Mete, and launches this one ahead. And it could be an icing call as the Otters do get back. It was deflected by Max Jones. He was still on the wrong side of the red line. And another offensive zone draw coming for Erie. Sorelli, Fogel, Maxovich on the ice. They'll make a change. Taylor Radish will line up behind Sorelli. Sorelli against Cliff Pooh on the draw. And Pooh is waved out. Mitchell Stevens will take over, former captain of the Saginaw Spirit. Sorelli, the former captain of the Oshawa Generals. It's tied up and given on to the circle. Taylor Radish comes crashing on in. Ducks the check. Here's Radish. Loose behind the goal line. Put it out in front. Loose in the slot. The Otters couldn't get it on goal. Chernak fakes. Ends on far side board. Dumps it in. Back behind the goal. Fogel. To Taylor Radish. Back to Fogel. Sorelli in behind the goal as well. He has the puck now. 22 in Navy. In the final minute now. Hedrick at the point. Fake. Walks in. Wrister. Wide on the glove hand side. Stevens ties up Sorelli along the far side board. poked up the wall and on out. A pass from Jones, who receives once again from Pooh. Back for Jones, who skips off his stick to the near side board. With 44 seconds left. Here in the second period, Chernak. Stick lifted by Pooh, and the Knights trying to get the puck behind the goal. For the Otters, it's Owen Hedrick, who ducks and then turned around by Hedrick. Here he finds Taylor Radish. He'll launch it onto the far side corner with changes coming on for Erie in the final 30 seconds. Fired down ice. There'll be another icing call. Back Darren Radish will get the whistle. 20.8 remains. A 2-1 hockey game. Yeah, we'll call a timeout. That'll be on the London bench. Dale Hunter calling timeout after the gas unit. And with 20.8 on the clock, the last thing you want to do is give up a goal in the final minute, let alone the final 20 seconds of a period. Alex DeBrincat had the Otters ahead 1-0 in the first period with the 63rd of the year. At the 9-minute mark of the first, Erie out shooting the Knights 12-6 in the first frame, and then head to the second. We flipped the script. It only took 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Colkin at a 2:15 to tie this game at 1, and then 55 seconds later, Sam Milicic with his 35th of the year, and the Knights had the lead 2-1. Maximovic, Strome, DeBrincat, Darren Radish, and Sandbrook out there. With 20 seconds to go. Erie wins the draw. Darren Radish down the wall. Throw it towards the net. Glove save. Parsons. No rebound. Took all of 4 seconds off the clock, and we'll reset again from that same face-off zone. They're bringing a lineup at 7 o'clock at the face-off circle. Strome on the draw. The left-hander, and on the backhand against Robert Thomas. 17-year-old Aurora, Ontario. 16 seconds remain, a 2-1 game. Strome wins the draw, a quick shot again off the draw to bring it at it, blockered away by Parsons. Thrown back towards the net, deflected by Strome, and just wide. Tied behind the net, 7 seconds remain. DeBrincat trying to shuffle it back for Strome. Tie-up ensues in the period. Will expire as the puck bounces to the corner. And that's it. 2 goals in 55 seconds for the Knights. And they take the lead 2-1 after 40 minutes. Storming back in that second period. We'll have the UPMC intermission report after this here on Fox Sports Radio, 1330, The Fan.
Otters fans, Bertrand here from Cloud 9 Wine Bar. If you want a place to get great food and great drinks specials before Otters game, stop in and see us at Cloud 9 Wine Bar for happy hour from 4 to 6, featuring half-off draft beer, draft wines, and selected menu items. Cloud 9 Wine Bar on the corner of 10th and French Street, Erie, Pennsylvania.
Crossover utility vehicles, called CUVs, are more popular than ever, and there are too many to choose from. If you compare them closely, however, you'll know why we believe that only one CUV offers the most and costs the least. It's the 2017 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport CUV, and you'll find it in this region only at Interstate Mitsubishi. The Sport is now $19,990 or $239 a month, and that's with all-wheel control. The Sport also comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, 7 airbags, 18-inch alloy wheels, and a 6-inch touchscreen, and more. If you like CUVs, please compare the Outlander Sport with all-wheel control for $19,990 at Interstate Mitsubishi, 1/2 mile south of the Mill Creek Mall on Route 99.
Special pricing includes dealer APR cash, which requires financing through dealer indirect lending program. Lease figured at Tier S approval and is prior to tax, title, license, and dock fees. First month payment due with signing based on $23,390 MSRP.
Whether you're a student athlete, a seasoned competitor, or a weekend warrior, UPMC Hammett Sports Medicine is the only regional program with more than 30 years of experience treating sports-related injuries. From sports injury prevention to specialized treatment, visit us in our facility located in the Bayview Center at 100 Peach. UPMC Hammett Sports Medicine is recognized for its expert treatment and rehab of any sports injury. Count on UPMC Hammett Sports Medicine, the choice of area athletes. Visit upmchammett.org for more information.
The Sheridan and Courtyard Erie Bayfront Hotels are proud sponsors of the Erie Otters. Join us for the pre- and post-game celebration at the award-winning Bayfront Grill or the brand-new Shoreline Grill. Let us help you fuel up for the high-energy game with our extensive menus and craft brew selections. You Otter be dining with the best.
The Otters skate here.
Fox Sports Radio.
1330, The Fan.
Welcome back inside the UPMC Intermission Report. Aaron Cooney here. Joining me at this time is Erie Otters head coach Chris Knobloch. Alex DeBrincat has his 19-game goal-scoring streak end in a game that you win 7-0. Go figure. But for what he's accomplished with his stature, and he was undersized, everybody doubted him there, to 3 straight 50-goal seasons, the goal-scoring streak here, he's got a chance to break a few more records for the Otters. What is it about him that has made him so successful in this league and moving forward with his career?
Well, he's got tremendous skills, and his probably biggest skill is how well he shoots the puck. But, his competitiveness, he just refuses to be shut down, and teams want to play him so tightly defensively. He just finds ways to score, and I think definitely some credit should be given to his line mates. Mostly that's Dylan Strome and Taylor Radish. But during that streak, we weren't playing well, or we had a lot of injuries, and we had to split up lines quite a bit. And there was times when he scored with Kyle Pettit, the game in Barrie. Two of his goals were with Pettit. He played with Sorelli some. He's been moving around quite a bit. Podubny and Wadnia a little bit. So, underlying theme here is he's a pretty good player, and he just finds ways.
London Knights here for the final time in the season, and just taking the game the other night up at the Budweiser Gardens, and here you're coming to this one, and kind of must win for everybody in this situation, and how jammed tight the Midwest Division is into the Western Conference. But you got to expect their best, and they're getting somebody back in Max Jones that they didn't have the last time out. But for the Knights, a desperate team, and they're trying to move up and fighting for playoff positioning as well. What do you expect in a rematch here on Tuesday night?
Yeah, I think this game, it means a lot to us, and we want to win out and win the conference and hopefully have home ice right through our playoffs. But as much as it means to us, I think it means even more to London. And that first round matchup, for them to finish, possibility of finishing 1, 3, or 4. That's quite a bit different in each of the spots, and that 4 spot looks like 5 will be Windsor, and then nobody wants to play that as your first round matchup. So it'll be interesting. Our games against London are usually a lot on the line, but tonight even more than usual, but not quite as much as the last game of the regular season last year.
And you're right. Always interesting to these two teams. The last one for the Otters to keep this rolling and to win out and keep the intensity to where they're at in the game and where it's at right now. What do they need to do tonight to be successful against London Knights?
I guess be patient. We don't need to score right away. I think they're going to play with a lot of energy, and they're going to come out very hard to start the game. And I think we have to manage that. And if we do fall behind, it is a 60-minute game, and we will recover. It happened the other night in London where we were down, and we just continue to play how we need to, and it prevailed.
All right, thanks for this, Coach, and good luck here against the Knights here tonight.
Thank you.
That's Chris Knobloch of the Erie Otters. More hockey coming up on the UPMC Intermission Report here on Fox Sports Radio 1330, The Fan.
An Erie landmark since 1953, Nunzi's Place serves generous portions of great food at reasonable prices. Family owned for almost 60 years, Nunzi's prepares the finest Italian food in Erie. Come see why the Erie Times News said Nunzi's is known for food that tastes good. Nunzi's Place, located at 2330 East 38th Street, near the Bayfront Connector. To call for reservations or place an order for takeout, call 825-2940. Nunzi's, known for Italian food that tastes good since 1953.
Erie Otters 2017-2018 season tickets are now on sale. Take advantage of the advanced discount price by committing before May 31st. Visit ottershockey.com for more information or contact the front office at 814-455-7779.
SEO, text message marketing, social media.
As a business owner, you know the best way to reach customers is online.
Viral videos.
But you don't have time to keep up with the latest digital marketing technology.
Web design.
That's where Local Edge comes in, especially for the one term you're most concerned with.
ROI.
As a full-service digital marketing agency, Local Edge offers turnkey solutions to grow your business online. From search engine optimization and marketing, to social media, to mobile advertising, to video promotion. Our expert support team is ready to customize a program to your needs and track results throughout the campaign. Plus, as a division of the Hearst Corporation, Local Edge is backed by the largest, most diversified communications company in the nation. So when you're ready to generate leads, find new customers, and increase your revenue, talk to the digital marketing experts. Visit localedgemedia.com. Think digital. Think Local Edge.
National Fuel says, smell gas, leave fast. Then call 1-800-444-3130. If you detect something that smells like rotten eggs, it could be a natural gas leak. Leave the premises immediately and contact National Fuel from a different location. Do not use your phone or turn on a light inside the area. Immediately leave the premises and call National Fuel's emergency line. Play it safe and remember, smell gas, leave fast. Then call 1-800-444-3130.
In 50 yards, turn right on Main Street. Continue on Main Street. On second thought, go directly to Tim Hortons. Order any freshly baked bagel and Philadelphia cream cheese for just $1.99, like the new Asiago bagel with chive and onion cream cheese. Recalculating route to your nearest Tim Hortons.
Change up your morning routine with a bagel and cream cheese from Tim Hortons. Now just $1.99 at participating U.S. restaurants for a limited time.
You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love. You never take advice. Someday you'll pay the price. I know. I've seen it before. It happens all the time. You're closing the door. You leave the world behind. You're digging for gold. You're blowing away a fortune and feelings, but someday you'll pay. You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love. You want paradise, but someday you'll pay the price. I know. I've seen it before.
Good evening, Erie Otters fans. I'm Caleb McLaughlin, and tonight I'll be bringing you the UPMC intermission report. We'll jump right in with the Arctic Spa recap. The Otters are losing 2-1 to the London Knights after 40 minutes of play. They're leading in shots, however, 26-13. Tyler Parsons really standing strong in London's net. One of the best goalies in the OHL, without a doubt, the Calgary Flames prospect, and he's been the difference maker here tonight. It was Alex Brinkett who put the Otters on the board early in the first period. It was an innocent-looking shot just outside the point, but it floated through Parsons. Maybe he couldn't see it. It looked like there might have been a little bit of a screen on there, and DeBrincat put the Otters up 1-0 midway through the first period. That was assisted by Dylan Strome and Taylor Radish. That was where the first period ended. Heading into the second period, very early on, within the first 4 minutes, the London Knights scored two. It was Jani Kuokkanen who scored the Knights' first goal. It was reviewed for a significant amount of time. It was about 5 minutes that the officials reviewed the play for a potential offside. eventually it was ruled to be a good goal, and Kuokkanen tied the game for the Knights at 1. And then under a minute later, it was Sam Militic who scored just short side of Troy Timpano, starting for the Otters tonight, beat him just below the blocker to put the Knights up 2-1. That was also reviewed by the officials for a few minutes for a potential high stick on the play, but once again it was ruled to be a good goal. About 6 to 7 minutes of the second period were spent on reviewing plays, but that's where we stand after 40 minutes with the Knights recording a couple of fortuitous goals on the Otters. The Otters have really had the better scoring chances through 40 minutes, but again, Parsons has just been extremely strong in his own net. He stopped all 13 shots he faced in the second period to keep the Knights in it. Look for the Otters to surge offensively in the third period. They were really hammering the London net with Dylan Strom and Alex Rabinkit recording a few shots, but Parsons made those saves. One bounced off the post behind him and just barely stayed out with some defensive help from the Knights. That's where we stand after 40 minutes. The Knights 2, Otters 1, with the Otters leading in shots 26-13. The Knights will really have to get some more chances on Troy Timpano if they want to maintain this lead in the final 20 minutes of the game. But we'll move to the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by the Sheraton Courtyard Erie Bayfront Hotels, proud sponsors of the Erie Otters. You ought to be staying with the best. Just 2 other games in the OHL tonight. The Kitchener Rangers are defeating the Guelph Storm 4-3 after 40 minutes of play. And the Owen Sound Attack are beating the Flint Firebirds 6-4 after their second period. That's not good news for the Otters, as we're really looking to clinch the top seed in the Western Conference. That's another Western Conference powerhouse excuse me, coming up on the Otters there in Owen Sound Attack. But that'll do it for this UPMC intermission report. We'll be right back on Fox Sports Radio 1330 The Fan.
Over the years, technology has greatly improved the productivity of the business office, from faxes and copiers to multifunction printers. Now we don't know how to get things done without them. And that means you need a reliable printer copier and a dependable service plan. That's why you should trust Cooper Business Machines. They are Erie's only authorized dealer for Sharp document systems. And most importantly, they will maintain your machine so that it continues to, well, work. Just like your car, it needs regular maintenance and parts need to be replaced regularly. If your copier isn't properly maintained or you're not getting toner in a timely fashion, then you've been reminded what it's like to work in the dark ages. Don't wait any longer. Your business requires dependability. Shouldn't you expect the same? Cooper Business Machines, Erie's only authorized Sharp dealer and service provider, helping you get back to business since 1980. Online at cooperbusinessmachines.com or call 456-7585.
Programs, get your programs!
You know, Mill Creek schools have all the programs you need.
Really?
Yes, they have preschool programs, Center for Performing Arts programs, Honors College and ROTC programs, dual enrollment and student internship programs, not to mention 16 advanced placement courses, 30 varsity sports, and over 50 high school clubs and activities.
Sounds like they do have a program for everybody. Programs, get your programs!
In the Mill Creek School District.
Otters fans, if you're looking for the best hand-cut steaks, fall-off-the-bone ribs, made-from-scratch sides, ice-cold beer, legendary margaritas, and fresh-baked bread, then look no further. Texas Roadhouse, located at 7475 Peach Street, Erie, is the place for legendary food and legendary service. Whether you're looking for a special occasion or just a night out with good food and friends, think Texas Roadhouse. And don't forget to cut your wait time by using their famous call-ahead seating. That's Texas Roadhouse, 814-864-9494.
What's 10,000 square feet with 100 plus arcade games, all set to free play, including air hockey and 1 round of glow golf, all in one great space?
If you said Playport Erie Arcade, Erie's largest indoor arcade center, you're exactly right. And if you haven't had a chance to stop in and enjoy all those old favorites and new challenges, now's the perfect time. Race your friends head-to-head with the 4-player simulators, ride motorcycles, boats, skis, and more. Playport has bowling, pinball, basketball, hunting games, and of course, all for a one-price admission. Come on into Playport Arcade. It's like having that feeling when you wish you were a kid again. Yeah, that's the feeling you'll get at Playport Erie Arcade.
Playport is more than just an arcade.
Playport is Erie's first indoor glow golf attraction. It's like walking into another world as you enter the glow golf room filled with neon and different fun obstacles at every hole. Playport is fun for all ages.
And now for a limited time, grab 3 people along with yourself and take advantage of the 4-pack special. But hurry, it's only for a limited time.
Playport Arcade on West 12th Street in the Big White Building just east of Peninsula.
I beat my best score. I love this game.
It's Erie Otters hockey
on Fox Sports Radio, AM 1330 The Fan.
WFNN, Erie.
Welcome back inside the Erie Insurance Arena. With the crowd trying to get back into it here after the Otters find themselves trailing 2-1 here after 40 minutes of play. Welcome you back into the Erie Insurance Arena for the third period. Aaron Cooney along with you for the ride into the final frame. The Knights with 2 goals in 55 seconds at the start of the second period to take the 2-1 lead. Warren Fogle crashing back behind the boards. Just the missed try by Maximovich. Loose back to center ice. Erie controls Chernak. Look ahead for Warren Fogle back out. He reflects himself from the end boards. Hands back to Jordan Sandbrook, and now Chernak moving ahead. On towards center ice. Chernak wheels around one man. Heads back behind, and then slide it off to paddle loose in front for a backhand try. Fogle ashes the net, and it's off to the near side. Pooh trying to clear. Sends it back to himself, then hands to Bouchard in the far corner. On for Yolevi. As the Otters 2 men after it, it's out to center. Now Cliff Pooh charging down left wing side. Poke checked by Chernak. And rubbed out of the play as the Otters push ahead to center ice. It's there by Miletic. Crowley, they set it down. The Otters trying to find back some fluidity to the game that you lost. The Erie Otters giving up the first goal to the London Knights at 2:15 of that second period. And that was after a lengthy review as Strome tripped up out of neutral ice. Crowd does not like that. Lifted ahead off the end board, the boards, and kicked off the body of Taylor Radish. Erie comes into the zone. The brink is slided in front, sticked away by Parsons. Darren Radish chased down near side. But from what I was told, a near 10-minute review of that goal. It seemed like a while. Miletic takes it out ahead. Left wing side. Drop pass to Crawley. Walks in. His wrist shot. Blocker save. Timpano. Bounce down to the near side boards. Darren Radish trying to get away from Thomas, who twirls around the puck and takes control. Comes out near circle. Just on Mete. Blocked in front. Covered up. Timpano gets the left pad down on top of it. And that goal, and even after the review, then you go 55 seconds later. Miletic takes the go-ahead marker with his 35th of the year to make it 2-1, and the entire Erie Insurance Arena just deflated. The Knights take that 1-goal lead here to the third. They're 31-0-1 when leading after 2 periods this season. Puck Chipped onto the far side boards, and Owen Hedrick will scoop it up there after the play by Patrick Fellows. And skied ahead, Lodnia, bouncing puck. Got it into the zone, Pettit down to the near side corner. We'll pick it up there, 15 in Navy. And watching there with Patrick Fellows tied up by former first-round pick of the Oshawa Generals and Mitchell Van Assemble. Erie takes the puck, though, out for Byrne. Wise half slapper and blocked by Salaturo. Here's Lodnia bouncing around in the circle. Comes out to Byrne. Slide one back to the net. Just goes wide. Settles on the near side wall. Poking up the boards. Hedrick and Lodnia will keep it alive. Loose towards the circles. Poked away from Fellows. Bounce right back down. Mattinen gives off to Van Assemble. And they march ahead. Turning back, though, Salaturo will give. And ahead for McDonald, Levin and White. Dump it in, chase to the near corner. Hands off Kokanen. Chase the puck to the far side corner, watched by Anthony Sorelli as he's bumped down to the boards. And Owen Hedrick in to help out and clean up. He'll grab the puck, head behind his own goal, and the Otters, as they finish the change of forwards. Now Byrne looking ahead. Pass on to Maximovic, gets around one man and enters the zone. Drags the slot with a wrist shot, sails high. Fogle behind the net, sends out in front, loose, Sorelli ties it! Holy cannoli! It's Anthony Sorelli, loose in front, just enough elevation over the pad of Parsons, and we're tied at 2. How about the hustle play from Warren Fogle? And if you heard the interview with War Game Show, talking about the hustle and the way he goes and hounds pucks, first man to the puck behind the net after the shot from Maximovic goes wide. Puts it out in front, and Anthony Sorelli, the dirty areas, just nudges it over the head of Parsons, and we got a brand new hockey game. Here's Carbonero the other way. Poke checks it, goes off the stick. Formerton finds it, slides it to the goal mouth wide. Back towards the net, bouncing off the near side boards, and here comes Taylor Radish charging ahead. Drops it off for Strome. Gonna get back. Radish drives the cage, going 5-hole. Stops Parsons and clears to center. Dylan Strome was right there, just going to get the stick on it. One touch to Brinkett. On for Taylor Radish back in. To Brinkett. Radish, they kind of drop pass and lose the puck as Milicic goes ahead. He'll dump it in. Campano to slow it down. He'll pass it up the near side. It goes off the stick. Dylan Strome able to pick it up and give off to Ivan Lodnia. One-on-one against Mete, trying to shut through and couldn't finish the play to himself. Joe Levy cleans up his own end. Anthony Sorelli back of the net for the 24th time this season. And as the Otters take the puck out of the corner, turning back Darren Radish behind his own goal. Just for a second, played up the near side boards. It goes off the stick and now settled by Jolevi. Mete, now it's Robert Thomas. Wants to play it in the zone. He'll skate around Darren Radish and make a move down to the circle. Looks for the passing option. Loose is Milicic. Wrist shot, scores! Milicic gets it right back. 3-2 London. Thomas with all the speed down the left wing side, as then he stops the bottom of the circle and just given enough time to find the open man. And Sam Milicic with his 36th and second of the night. London reclaims the one-goal lead, 3-2. Back into the Otter zone. Hedrick along the near side. As he'll feed it back for his partner Mitch Byrne. Chasing Quokenet. Cam Lazat now launches this one high out the center. Bounces down. Gurney picks it up into the zone. Now left wing side. Wrist shot. It was blocked in the near corner. We go after it. But Ubney trying to give it out to Owen Hedrick. That's taken away by Salaturo. He'll launch it from long range. And then covered by Timpano. Salaturo takes a rough ride from Lazat. After the fact. They face off coming inside Erie territory and to the right of Troy Timpano. Thomas with another assist. Ranked 28 amongst North American skaters in the upcoming draft by the NHL Central Scouting Service. Formanton Another winger, 17-year-old, 24th. Central Scouting Service has him ranked. There's a drive, bounce in front off a leg. Who's going to fight it? Jams it off his stick out of play to stay inside the zone. So the Otters scored the 3-minute mark, but a minute and 21 seconds later, London reclaims the lead. Warren Vogel mixed up with Cliff Pooh and Mitchell Stevens before this face-off. And referees will come and separate everyone there. Vogel told to stay back on his side as we drop the puck. Bounce towards the front. Darren Radish will just pitch it onto the corner. Sambro ducks the check from Stevens, and the Otters will find Vogel out right wing side. Charging down the right wing boards, trying to back down Bouchard. He'll wheel in behind the net. Vogel trying to come back near side. Cut off by Bouchard. And Stevens gives off to Cliff Pooh out ahead. Max Jones trying to join him. Sambro with the stick watching Cliff Pooh. Gives out to the blue line for Bouchard. He'll walk in, throw it in front. Penalty coming up as it's sent towards the net. The London Knights are going to the box. And Mitchell Stevens is now Cliff Pooh in the cross-checking match with Jordan Sambro. But coming to the box, Mitchell Stevens, goaltender interference, and the Otters get their first power play of the night. And the top-ranked unit in the league at 26.9%. Will take the ice. Erie has scored a power play goal in 22 of the last 23 games. Taylor Radish to the near side. Out high, Darren Radish. Waiting back to Taylor Radish to the right wing circle. Moves in, drop pass. Darren Radish with a bomb and kicked away by Parsons. To break it to Darren Radish over his stick. Look out. Short-handed try coming up for Thomas. In on goal. Robert Thomas going to the forehand. Stop made by Santano. And the Otters charge ahead. Taylor Radish back to the offensive zone. Runs into some traffic, but able to move it over onto Dylan Strome. Taylor Radish at the right point. Darren Radish now to DeBrincat in the left circle. Wade finds Taylor Radish on the cross ice, winds up with a shot, and it's blocked by Van Stoppel. They get back to Darren Radish from the left side. DeBrincat again along the circles, looking for an option. Backs up, feeds it down behind the boards, picked up by Strome, trying to get back across. It's off his stick and out to neutral ice. Otters tag up, get back into the zone. Taylor Radish protecting down the right wing side. Thomas is on his back, and he lost the puck. Comes up to Darren Radish, he holds in, but Strome will let a shot go, blocked. And on the far side boards, Miletic up and down the length of the ice. 46 seconds up. Strome takes the one-touch pass. Dropped back towards the line, and it came across into neutral ice area. And the Otters at the bounce back is Torelli. Lost the puck to Cliff Pooh. They got 15 short-handed goals on this season, second most in the league. This penalty kill unit of the night. Drilled down from the length of the ice, and Pickenish will find the puck back behind Otters ice. Wheeling and dealing and just keeping the puck away from the Otters and sends it back on to open ice near side. Strome still out here. We'll send it back for Owen Hedrick in the final 12 seconds of the power play. Warren Vogel trying to keep away from Pooh as he wheels down right wing side. Vogel gives out high. Hedrick wise doesn't shoot. Cross ice. The shot was blocked by Mattinen. Out of the box they come. We're back to even strength. It's Ivan Ladny on the far side. Comes up high. Hands off to Chernak across ice. Bounce it off the stick of Warren Vogel. Picked up, and it's bounced off of Stevens. Loose in front. Pettit going to the backhand. Off the crossbar. Oh, he had him dead to right. And catches the iron. Back to Erie ice. Chernak run out of room. Owen Hedrick will follow up. 12:03 to play. London ahead by one. It's 3-2. Here comes Owen Hedrick. Pass on to Max Stimovich. Fanned on the attempted dish to Fellows, and it's sent back to Erie ice. Hedrick will chase it down. Salaturo chasing. Owen Hedrick. They will march ahead. Salaturo on him. Another white shirt coming across. Spoken in is Owen Hedrick. Runs out of room in front of the London bench. Come crashing in is Garrett Podubny, but Hedrick able to get it in deep. Parsons will play it. The Otters came so close to tying. Pettit bringing it off the crossbar. Down ice it goes. An icing call to London with 11.5 to play. Here in the third. Here's the play in front. Pettit got Parsons to go down. Oh, just so close. On the back end. Off the bar and out. I'm not sure if they do want to take a look at it, but we got a couple good looks on our side. And over comes Mike Cairns. He will take the helmet off, and there will be a review coming. As they have the overhead goal view, we do not have that one available to us. But by the looks of those two replays we saw, looks like Pettit playing irons on the play, and they come back. Yep, that was quick. No goal. The face-off will be inside London territory. Glad that we got a quick review that time around. It'll be to the right of Parsons. And then get back to action here in the third. Strobe unit on. Usually matched by the Owen McDonald line. He takes the draw, gets 19, and pushes it onto the far wall. Just played off the boards and out by Bouchard. Here's Fergus. And he'll hand off to Jordan Sambrook. Ahead for Taylor Radish. Charging on the right wing side, trying to get around Salaturo. Gets into the zone, turned around. Lost the stick, Salaturo. Erie trying to feed it in front for Strome. Pass defended. Too many white shirts in the area, and now to pass away. Left on the near sideboard. Taylor Radish. Hammered up the wall. Dylan Strome on for DeBrincat reaching. Has to hold off. Now at his own line. Makes his move to charge ahead. DeBrincat across the offensive line. Hands off to Fergus. Back on to Taylor Radish. Has a man open. Doesn't give that way. Now finds Sambrook. Winds up with a shot. Deflected. Right through Parsons. And loose to the far corner. Taylor Radish threw a pile up. Should have knocked it to himself. Strome after it also. Nudged along. Erie gives in front. Mete is there. Ahead, McDonald. They'll find center Ed. Snap it onto the far board. Off the end and looking back. Sporrington came in. The Otters are going to play the puck. As it was gloved down by Timpano. They're going to make changes. DeBrincat now heads off. Back is Jordan Sambrook. 3-2 lead for the London Knights. They scored just a minute and 21 seconds after the Otters tied it at 2. Here he gives the head, picked off by Thomas. Across for Pickenish into the zone, right wing side. Wrist shot, sticked away, Timpano. Back behind the goal. Sambrook battling away. Knocked into the corner. Fogle will give to Sambrook, and now TJ Fergus on the near side. Quickly ahead for Warren Fogle on the left wing. Fogle into the zone. Drags, waits, fires, made rebound. Max Simovich to the net. Just through the goal, mouth wide. Fogle back to it. Gives behind the goal. Here's Max Simovich battling with Thomas. Torelli trying to come out to the near side. Knocked away by Pickenish. Got it right back. Torelli trying to hand off the blue line. It gets to Darren Radish, playing it towards the net. Off the leg of Max Simovich wide. Back on near wall. Bounced around by Mattinen. And into the near side corner, crashing Max Simovich. But it comes to Thomas to give up the near side boards, and Pickenish takes over. Oh, this line has been so good for the Otters here the last few games, including here tonight. Their best line, in my opinion. Max Simovich, Fogle, and Sorelli. You got to make changes as Hedrick. Nice move ahead. Walks into the zone, trying to hand off to Lodnia. Settles it down, puts it in front. Pettit sends it wide. Lodnia again. Darren Radish at the blue line. 9 minutes to play. Wrist shot. Waving the one. They couldn't get it deflected as it bounces on the try from Fellows to the near side. Mattinen back to it. Rip it around the boards. Off a stanchion. Darren Radish will keep in. And back behind the net. Ice tilted here. The Otters trying to get back and tie this game at 3. Tie up behind the goal. Crawley and Pettit. Stalemate. Not moving. Trying to move some legs out of position. Waiting to see if we'll get a whistle here. Finally kicked loose. Here's Pettit. Trying to wrap around try. Out in front for Fellows. Bounced around the goaltender, and Mattinen takes it behind the goal. Here he finds it right back. Lodnia to Owen Hedrick. Winds. Half slapper. Blocked by Pooh. Got it right back. Hedrick trying to send it on to Darren Radish. Loose at the circles. Radish. Shoulder save made by Parsons. Here he changing behind the play as Radish comes out of the pile-up, brings it to the front, and it's knocked away. Lodnia has it. Man just on Dylan Strome with the wrist shot. Glove save. Parsons And a halt in action as the Knights doubled over. They'll head to their bench for a break. With 8:13 to play, third period. The Otters, all kinds of offensive possession time, but they can't get it past Parsons. 3-2 London here in the third period. Otters fans, meet our neighbors at the new Arena Bar and Grill, located at 723 French Street. The Arena Bar and Grill, your official before and after game meeting place. The Arena Bar and Grill, proud sponsor of the Erie Otters, and just a saucer pass away from the Erie Insurance Arena. $8:13 remains. The Otters with a frenzy in front of Tyler Parsons, but can't get anything past them. Erie out shooting London 36-19. Trail on the scoreboard. 3-2 Knights. Milicic with a pair, and he has them ahead. Dished onto the corner. DeBrincat tied up. Trying to come out ahead. He does get loose here. Comes out the circle. DeBrincat poke check by Mete, stayed with him, and the Otters are forced back to center. Here's TJ Fergus. Send it on in from the right side. Slowed by Parsons. They got to track it down from the corners. Mete rip it around the board. Delaturno now. Little bump. McDonald has a man ahead. Instead, he'll gain center it and fly it to the Otters zone. Radish still contested. Look out. McDonald trying to sneak it in. And covering is Timpano along the near side post. As the Otters control their own destiny. They got to win 2 out of these last 3 games. To have the number 1 seed. The London Knights, they're trying to march their way as the likely target of 3rd and avoid the 4-5 matchup with the Windsor Spitfires. With the Otters, trying to have other ideas as Vogel takes the puck the other way. Nice little pass to Relly, trying to give it back in front. It was backed by Mete in ahead. Pickenish can skate. Chris Nowak pushing the buttons, going right back to the Vogel Sorelli Maximovich line, but it's London into the Otters zone. Trying to do it right back to Erie. Milicic is down low. Thomas is tied up. Milicic digging away. Thomas back up the near side boards. Will come to Vanis. Doppel holds in and jam it right back down the wall. Milicic trying to make his move around Sambro. Forced towards the board. Thomas comes to help out. Body position by Eric Chernak. But right back into the mix is Thomas, and a penalty coming up to Robert Thomas. Thomas will go for roughing. You saw in the pile up, he took the right hand off his stick and gave a right hand to Eric Chernak. Just not smart. I know he gave you the bump in the end boards as he went in for body position, but as you tie up in a tight game, the Knights headed short-handed. Erie to the power play. Well, London had a couple opportunities short-handed. Thomas did have the short-handed breakaway on the last power play opportunity. The Otters' first one earlier in this period. He's not at their services now. There's still a handful of guys that can do it. 5 different Knights have multiple short-handed goals. DeBrincat, Taylor Radish, Darren Radish with a shot, sails high, and then off the stick of Mete, and he'll find it and backhand it down the length of the ice. Timpano out to move it. Darren Radish skates ahead, gives off to Strome, brings it in right wing side, drops it off. Darren finds open ice, just a pass, reeled off the boards by DeBrincat. Here he moves in, backing up now DeBrincat. Down low, Taylor Radish. High again, DeBrincat. Darren Radish center point. He thinks about it, doesn't shoot. Strome now. They bring it open on the side. They can't get into him. Lots of traffic there, but Strom will let one loose. Blocked in front. Sorelli had it knocked away. Puts it out ahead. Looking to go to Strom. It's off the stick and out to center. Oh, Sorelli again tracking down puck. Deflection in front. Darren Radish to it. Into the zone. Here comes Erie on the power play for another minute 9. Strom winds up flap shot blocked, and the Stevens may have a short-handed chance. Radish hustling, trying to get back. Stevens picks it up. First shot. Save made. Timpano from out high. And Taylor Radish moves ahead. On for Strom. DeBrincat, the late man. They try to get to him. Blocked by McDonald and fired back to the Erie zone. 45 seconds left. Strom brings it back in. Parts of the second unit coming on. Lodnia protecting. Loses the handle in the circles, and it's slapped down by Miletic. 30 seconds left as Timpano sets it up for Hedrick. Chased here by Pooh. Drops it off. Maximich reels it in. 25 seconds left. Vogel charging down left wing side. Makes the move to the corner. Sends it around the horn, and the Otters not quick enough to it. They clear their own offensive entry. Now 10 seconds left as Maximich can take the pass. Salaturo to it and sends it in. That'll do it on the power play. 4 seconds, 3, 2 in 1. They've killed off another one. Here's Pettit left wing side. Reels in behind the net, trying to set her in front. Nobody home to get a stick on it. And the Otters back up. Final 5 minutes from the Erie Insurance Arena. 3-2 London. Bank down the near side. Right back out by Mattinen. And the Otters, and they power play. 0 for 2. Neither team has been able to capitalize on the man advantage. Chernak has to pick it up at his own end. Give off to Christian Gurney. Trying to spin it into the zone. Mattinen cuts it off, but Ubney gets it in deep. Mattinen hands off to Thomas. He'll slide it back for Vandersumple. All down by Gurney. Nothing called. It's bounced out to center ice. Garrett Ubney will pick it up. Leave it on for Chernak, and the Otters going to try to break out of their own end. Finish up a change of the forwards in the final 4 minutes and 10 seconds. 3-2 London. Otters have tied this up at 3 minutes into the third period. But a minute and 21 seconds later, Miletic's second. Put him back up by 1 as McDonald beat it back behind the Otters net. They collide to the end boards, and now Pickenish will give out to the blue line. Quickly across to the right side point, Mete. Beat it back down low for McDonald. Bumped by Chernak. Loose to the near side. The captain, Pickenish, takes there. Fergus trying to stay with him as they head behind the net and onto the corner. Whirling back down behind the goal. They give to McDonald. Swirl it out in front. It goes off the goaltender. Taylor Radish will grab it and head off. Erie trying to get some speed to the neutral zone. Now Taylor Radish can charge ahead. Trying to boot all himself. Drops it off and it rolls away from Strom. And here comes London. Stevens will send it in from the right side. Off the end boards, Darren Radish there. He'll wind it up. 3:15 to play. Stretched out ahead for Sorelli. Into the zone for Fogel. Trying to head off to Darren Radish. Pass behind him, and ahead comes Pooh. Watched by Maximovich. Shifts himself and now stops along the board. Tied up by Kyle Maximovich. Sorelli and Fogel looking to help out. Stevens. Knock it away. That comes right to Warren Fogel. He makes his move. Dump in and chase. To the corner. Warren Fogel. Leaves it on the far side. Salaturo. Clear? No, it's held by Stambrook, but second effort from Miletic. We'll get it out to center as Sorelli spins it back on near side for Darren Radish. Leave it to center for Sorelli. Under 3 minutes to go. Kokanen brings the puck in left wing side. It's the steal. Drags and fires, and it's blocked. Timpano knocks it away, and out comes Lodnia left wing side. Lone man into the zone. Reinforcements trying to hustle there is Lodnia. It's wide and behind the goal. Going to head back to the near side corner. Knocked down by Mete. Gloves by Chernak. But it gets out to center. Hand pass play, though, by Pettit. With 2:14 to go in the third. London holding to a 1-goal lead. It's 3-2. Shots 38-22. The Otters another 12 on goal here in this third period. And a draw from center ice. It's the hand pass. To bring it over skates. Hedrick, though, follows up. Can carry to center. Flip it towards the line. Knocked out of midair by Jones. And then he'll just lift it off the body of Thomas and it'll get to center. Icing call on the play by Thomas from neutral line. So Erie gets an offensive zone draw coming out of this. With 2:02 to go. Question is, when does Timpano come out? It's going to be now. Extra man on for the Otters. Net empty to the left of us in the press box. 6-on-5. Offensive zone draw, Erie. To the left of Parsons. Strom. He wins it back to the blue line. Darren Radish holds there. Watched by Vanderstumpel, gives it to Brinket. Down low, Strom, man in front, big battle, firing a shot, whacking away Sorelli, but Parsons covers after the tight angle drive from Dylan Strom out of the near side corner. And we lost 10 seconds with the play. And another draw coming inside the London zone. Three defensemen after that can skate for the Knights. Vanderstumpel, Mete, Yalevi, Thomas, and Pickenish rounded out. 6-on-5 with the goaltender pull. Otters with the extra man and the gamble here. Picked up on the near side boards. Vanderstumpel gets it out the center in a foot race back to Erie territory. As Owen Henrik able to get it down to the corner at least, but two Knights coming after the puck. It squirts loose. Here's Strom. Pushed ahead for Taylor Radish as the Erie Otters march out to center ice. Radish into the zone, followed up by DeBrincat. Knocked off his stick, but DeBrincat follows up behind the goal, leads it onto the corner for Sorelli. Mete, one hand on the stick, works it up the zone. Owen Henrik trying to keep it alive. It bounces off a skate and out. Otters to back up. They'll tag up with Strom. Quickly, they pounce on the near side board, so he sends it around the horn. Bounces up the near side, and Darren Radish trying to kick it loose. Keeps it alive somehow and gives off to Hedrick. Holds from center point to bring it now left wing circle. Wrist shot. It was blocked by Mete, and it ends up in his equipment. It dragged into the jersey and into the pants. And an offensive zone draw once again. 1:08 to go here in the third, and a tired unit for the Otters, and they'll have to make a swap. We may see the timeout exercised by Chris Knobloch. We get close to the time of the drop of the puck. And there's the timeout. Chris Knobloch, once again an assistant coach with Team Canada at the next year's World Junior Championship in Buffalo. After winning a silver medal with Canada this past year, falling to Tyler Parsons and Team USA in a shootout. But 1:08 remains. The Otters scoring the game's first goal 9 minutes into the first. Alex DeBrincat with the 63rd. With the Knights with a pair of goals in the second, just 55 seconds apart. Spoken it. And for the first of the evening for Sam Miltic. Head to the third, the Otters tie things up. 3 minutes in, Anthony Sorelli able to lift one over the pad of Parsons from in tight. But a minute and 21 later, Sam Milicic regains the one-goal lead for London, and here we are in the final 68 seconds in a one-goal game. Pettit taking the face-off. From the right of Parsons, jams up the line. Stevens trying to clear, bounces it off the glass. It'll get to center. Strom to recover, watched by Vanderstumpel. Just as a forward here for these final minutes. Floated towards the net, save made, and sticked away to the near side by Parsons. DeBrincat, shuffle ahead for Darren Radish. Down to one, need to keep it in, but he's unable to. And trickles back towards Erie ice. Jordan Sambrook in the final 42 seconds now. Erie finds Taylor Radish right wing side. Rolls over a stick, but he gets it right back. Trying to sling it out in front. Pettit trying to jam it away. A try, bounced in front, along the line, knocked away, and played off the glass, but not out. Darren Radish with 28 seconds left. Sambrook in front. Save made, kicked away, and then wheeled and pushed ahead by Vanderstumpel. Icing call. 20.4 on the clock. Parsons gets across again with the Otters. The strategy, get it in front and go to town. They couldn't finish it off on the far side. Parsons says no. 20.4 on the clock. 3-2. Neither team has a timeout. London guilty of icing. Strom against McDonald. Familiar between those two. McDonald wins the draw. Blasts around the horn near side. Radish trying to keep it alive. Skips up high and settles to the near side wall. 15 seconds up. Taylor Radish waits. Out high, Max Simovich. Darren Radish now. Wait, in front. Tip, loose, right through the legs of DeBrincat. Onto the far side 5 seconds ago. And we lifted down ice. Enough for icing towards the goal line. Enough, but not enough time on the clock. It'll end. London holds on. 3-2 final. Parsons and company hold down Fort in the end. There's still life. They haven't solved anything yet in the Western Conference. The Knights and the Otters just their second loss on home ice in regulation time. Final 3-2. We'll step for a break. The UPMC intermission report is next on Fox Sports Radio 1330 The Fan.
Hey, neighbor. Cleaning the garage?
Well, if it isn't Gus, the second most famous groundhog in Pennsylvania.
Wow. Look at this trophy case.
From back in the day, G.
Well, you can still go for gold.
Ah, $1 Million Gold Rush, the new game from the Pennsylvania Lottery.
With top prizes of $1 million.
See? I still got game, Gus. Instant game.
Keep on scratching.
The Pennsylvania Lottery. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
At 6:48 in the morning, Anthony decided that he'd quit smoking. The only problem was he didn't know how to start. Because for so many people with busy lives like Anthony, he didn't make time to take care of himself. That's why Highmark offers health coaches. Health support that's just a phone call away 24/7. Living proof of the difference you can make when you're all for health. Highmark, Blue Cross Blue Shield. Visit highmarkbcbs.com.
Hey Otters fans, Bertrand here from Cloud9 Wine Bar. Do you know where you can get a great Sunday brunch? Cloud9 Wine Bar is now offering Sunday brunch from 11 a.m. till 2 every Sunday. Our brunch features over 20 items, an omelette, a carving, and a crepe station. Stop in and see me at Cloud9 Wine Bar on the corner of 10th and French in Erie, PA.
What's 10,000 square feet with 100 plus arcade games, all set to free play, including air hockey and 1 round of glow golf, all in one great space?
If you said Playport Erie Arcade, Erie's largest indoor arcade center, you're exactly right. And if you haven't had a chance to stop in and enjoy all those old favorites and new challenges, now's the perfect time. Race your friends head-to-head with the 4-player simulators, ride motorcycles, boats, skis, and more. Playport has bowling, pinball, basketball, hunting games, and of course, all for a one-price admission. Come on into Playport Arcade. It's like having that feeling when you wish you were a kid again. Yeah, that's the feeling you'll get at Playport Erie Arcade.
Playport is more than just an arcade.
Playport is Erie's first indoor glow golf attraction. It's like walking into another world as you enter the glow golf room filled with neon and different fun obstacles at every hole. Playport is fun for all ages.
And now for a limited time, grab 3 people along with yourself and take advantage of the 4-pack special. But hurry, it's only for a limited time.
Playport Arcade on West 12th Street in the Big White Building just east of Peninsula.
I beat my best score. I love this game.
Welcome back here inside the Erie Insurance Arena. Wrapping things up. And the final regular season matchup between the Otters and the Knights and London. They take this one with a heartbeat left, trying to move up in the standings. They make life difficult for the Erie Otters, who now have to win their next 2 games. To have the number 1 seed, as the Knights, with the 2 points, Windsor forced to start on the road, the Memorial Cup hosts. They will be the 5 seed. That's settled. The top 4, still a toss-up here in the final few days of the regular season. I'm Aaron Cooney. This is the Duskus Martin Funeral Home post-game show. Duskus Martin working tirelessly to give your loved ones dignity. As the Otters controlling their destiny here, their final one coming in this one, 3 games. They needed to win 2 of the next 3. And the Knights trying to stay alive for the number 1 seed. And they would maintain the heartbeat. First period, though, the Otters out shooting the Knights 12-6. And at the 9-minute mark, Alex DeBrincat gets on the board, starting a new streak with his 63rd goal of the season. 1-0 after 1 period. But the Knights only rally back here in the second. And it was interesting because at 2:15, after Yanni Kolkinen deflects a point try from Evan Bouchard past Troy Timpano off the near side post and in, they went to go review it. And what ensued was a marathon of a review process. I was told closing on 10 minutes of review time, which is just outrageous in my mind. It shouldn't take that long at all for a review. And if this means, I know there's been, you look around the league, all you got to do is go look at Mike Farwell, the play-by-play man for the Kitchener Rangers. Go look at his Twitter account, and you'll see just how frustrated he has been. The Kitchener Rangers have been involved in a couple of interesting calls, but this one took a while and deemed a good goal, even though they looked at the offside. The entry in, but as the puck was worked around on a misfire by Dante Salaturo, it comes around the horn. Bouchard picks it up, and as he goes to shoot, he cocks the stick back with the puck back in the blade close to the blue line, but you can't see it from our vantage point, in none of the other cameras, how close that got to the line and if that puck came across. So it stands as a good goal, and the lengthy review ends up, you lose all the air out of the building, you lose the entire flow of the game, and then 55 seconds later, the Knights take advantage. Sam Miletic at 3:10, able to knock a puck out of midair and then settle it down and fire it from a sharp angle on the left wing circle that beats Timpano on the short side. London, just like that, has a 2-1 lead that would carry into the third period. 3 minutes in, though, the Otters and the Sorelli line goes to work. Maximovich into the zone. Lets a shot go from the high slot area. Goes off a stick, over the head of the goaltender, catches the glass, settles behind the goal. First man to it, Warren Fogle. As he brings it out near side, slide it to the front of the net. And Anthony Sorelli is able to get underneath it and lift it over the right pad of Parsons, and the Otters tie this thing up at 2. But at 4:21, just a minute and 21 seconds later, the Otters give Robert Thomas just too much time along the near side circle. He just waits and waits and waits. Miletic gets open at the left wing circle. Thomas hits him. The rest is history as he goes to the back of the net with the wrist shot. Beats Timpano. 3-2 the score. And the Otters, well, they gave it everything they could there. 0 for 2 on the power play in the third period. Ended up firing 17 shots on goal in the third alone. But Parsons and company, well, they knew what was on the line and the opportunity that they could have to hop to at least the 3 spot. This opens the door to even go to number 1. They'll need some assistance, but it's still alive. The Knights, as they down the Otters 3-2, just the Erie Otters' second loss on home ice in regulation time. This is the Duskus Martin Funeral Home post-game show. Duskus Martin working tirelessly to give your loved ones dignity. And into our Iron Workers local junior number 3's Ironman of the game with tonight's 3 stars. Anthony Sorelli, the 3rd star, had the goal, and boy, does that line just work hard. 2nd star, Sam Miletic, though. 2 goals. He now leads the Knights in goal scoring with his 35th and 36th of the season. Tyler Parsons, the number 1 star. Can't blame him here. 41 saves on the evening as he preserves the 1-goal lead for London. 3-2 the final. The Knights leap up to 95 points on the season. Owen Sound, they win as well. They down the Flint Fiber at 6-4. So they're still a point ahead. Owen Sound still a point ahead of London. Erie 4 points ahead of London, 3 ahead of Owen Sound, 3 ahead of Sault Ste. Marie, who now has a game in hand. The Otters, they still have this in their hands, but they have to win the next 2 games. If they don't, they'll need a lot of help. But 4 points does it for the Otters, the number 1 seed. They're back at it Friday night in Kitchener. The Rangers, victors over the Gulf Storm, 6-4. 4,723 on attendance, battling through Winter Storm Stella to come in here on a Tuesday night, but the Otters fall. In tonight's action. For Caleb McLaughlin and for John Kleiner back in studio, I'm Aaron Cooney saying so long. Your final score, Knights 3, Otters 2. Things just continue to stay interesting in the Midwest Division and the Western Conference. We will need a couple more days to figure out who's going to be where. Otters control their destiny, and they're back at it Friday night, 7:30 in Kitchener. We'll have myself at 7:15 with the pregame show. We'll talk to you then. This has been Erie Otters Hockey on Fox Sports Radio 1330, The Fan.
Hey, thanks, Aaron. 9:39 and change. Fox Sports Radio AM 1330, The Fan. John Kleiner at the Boston Store, Aaron Cooney, and Caleb McLaughlin at Erie Insurance Arena. The Otters and London Knights just now. Very thankfully, very luckily, they could throw that, although Erie did come out on the short end this evening. Right around the 24th anniversary of the blizzard of 93. Many dubbed the storm of the 20th century. And many also remember the Weekend Update segment that weekend on Saturday Night Live with Kevin Nealon and Chris Farley playing the role of the storm of the century. For those people who did stay put that weekend. FSR back at you shortly. Right now, fan weather from meteorologist Tom Atkins and Jet 24 Weather Authority. Still pretty interesting. Overnight, more wind and snow showers, embedded squalls, 2 to 5 inches most areas, 4 to 7 in the snow belts, interior Erie, Crawford, and western Warren and Chautauqua counties. Lows 15 Erie, 8 to 12 inland snow belts. Wind chills to minus 10. Northwest winds 15 to 25, gusting to 35. There is a winter storm warning in effect until 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. Tomorrow, continuing with mid periods of snow showers, another 1 to 3 inches possible. Very cold, high 21 to 26. Northwest winds 15 to 30, gusts to 40. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy, brisk and cold, light snow showers and flurries, inch or less most places. Lows 20 Erie, 10 to 15 inland mountains. Snow belts, that is. Northwest winds 15 to 25, gusting to 35. Thursday, cloudy, chance of flurries, high of 30. Right now, it's Southern Historic Boston, Store Harbor, downtown Erie, 19 degrees. That'll do it for yours truly, John Kleiner, on the end of things. Thank you for your patriots, your patience, your fanhood. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other. God bless, more of the good stats be yours. This has been Erie Otters Hockey here on Fox Sports Radio, AM 1330, The Fan, worldwide on the web at ottershockey.com.
Proven tough from the tracks to the streets and sold only at AutoZone. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Geico presents a voicemail from your friend, Lightning.
Hey, bud, Joe Pal Lightning. I was just hanging out in the old Cloudaroo here. I thought I'd give you a call. I hope you're still not sore about that time I deep-fried your big screen TV with that bolt. Yeah, I've been meaning to pay you back for that one, for sure. A little short on cash at the moment, but any day now. Yep. Well, anywho, talk later.
Lightning won't pay for the damage it causes. Luckily, the Geico Insurance Agency makes getting coverage a snap. Visit geico.com to see how affordable renter's insurance can be.
This is the Jason Smith Show.
Lonzo Ball is a phenomenal college basketball prospect, but he's not an icon. And I know he's trying to drum that up. When you talk about $1 billion shoe, there's nobody that's going to be beating down Lonzo Ball's door to say, here's money for $1 billion shoe deal. He's a great prospect that could go number one, just like Karl Anthony Towns, just like any host of guys that go number one or number two overall. And his son might not even go number one. Markelle Fultz might go ahead of him. Jackson might go ahead. Who knows? There's nobody beating down anybody's door to say, I got to get him the ground for Alonzo Ball in the NBA. He's not that guy. He's not LeBron James coming out of high school. I don't care what you think about your kid. He's not there. So when you talk about $1 billion deal, it's going to be, really? There's no buzz about Lonzo Ball. Oh, Lonzo Ball, Lonzo Ball. No one talks about it.
You're listening to Jason Smith.
Don't overthink it.
Weeknights at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio.
When you were a little kid and you thought about what you wanted to be, teaching was at the top of your list. But things changed. And as you got older, teaching didn't seem like the best option anymore. So you're thinking you'll be something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Now you want to be a doctor. You don't think teachers save lives? 25 at a time. An actress? Try playing a different role every time the bell rings. How about a scientist? Ever heard of physics? Chemistry? Who do you think teaches that? Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, and taking learning far beyond the four walls of the classroom. It's time to recognize that great things are happening in teaching and put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I think you, Clay Travis.
Outkick the Coverage with Clay Travis is coming right for you.
I said we would talk about it. We haven't even touched on it hardly yet. In the NBA, it was absurd. It was ridiculous. It was indefensible what happened on the Saturday night primetime special between the Golden State Warriors and the San Antonio Spurs. I'm of the belief that the NBA regular season doesn't matter at all. And if you saw these starting lineups, you would have to agree. The Warriors trotted out a bunch of dudes you haven't ever heard from before, resting their starters, even though they're playing against the Spurs, who they're currently fighting with to see who's going to have home court advantage throughout the Western Conference of the playoffs. I think this is a serious issue for the NBA for this reason. When situations like this happen, it's hard to argue that the NBA is anything other than a joke.
It's Outkick the Coverage with Clay Travis. Weekdays 6 a.m. Eastern, 3 a.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio.
Have you ever lost a cat? And have you ever wanted to get your cat back after you lost it? Hi there, I'm Andrew Hoffman. I went on this website called InventNow.org. Then I decided to make an invention of my own. It's called the Lost Cat Magnet Invention. So you can get your cat back after you lost it. Just turn it on, and lost cats stick to it. That's a good cat. If your cat was hiding up in a tree, it won't be up a tree anymore. It will be stuck to the Lost Cat Magnet. And sometimes they fly toward you in the air. Just listen to one satisfied cat. See, that's proof. You should go to the InventNow.org website too. But just remember one thing. Don't do a lost cat magnet.
Anything's possible. Keep thinking. Get started on your own inventions or just play some games at InventNow.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, the National Inventors Hall of Fame Foundation, and the Ad Council.
Fox Sports Radio.
AM 1330.
The Fan.
Thought we'd give you some new resolutions.
Like patience for how bad the Browns, Jets, and Bills are.
Forgiveness, like in forgiving the Redskins' name.
Tolerance, tolerating Raiders and Cowboys fans. They're the worst.
Acceptance, accepting that the Patriots will take your soul and Tom Brady will steal your wife.
Psych! Well, those are some of the NFL New League Year resolutions from your friends.
I love you.
What the hell he say?
At Fox Sports Radio.
Start your engine!
Don't miss the speed, adrenaline, and action as racing's best drivers burn rubber.
Hammer down now, come on.
The NASCAR Cup Series, live from Phoenix, Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern on Fox.
We are loony about March Madness, the JT the Brick Show with Tom Looney on Fox Sports Radio. We're breaking it down, shaking it, baking it, and saucing it and tossing it with you at 877-99 on Fox. Or you can do what most people do. Just sit back and listen. We are powered by TrueCar. TrueCar has been with us for a while. TrueCar is a great way to save yourself money. You can avoid getting boonswoggled with TrueCar. You can find out what other people in your area have paid for the same car that you're interested in, and you can save over $3,000 off MSRP. Save time, save money, and never overpay. Download the TrueCar app today.
Tom, longtime friend of the show, Steve Cofield, will join us in studio at 7:15 on the McGregor-Floyd rumors. The rumors are June 10th, T-Mobile Arena has been secured for the alleged super fight between Floyd Mayweather, it's a rumor, and Conor McGregor. But by taking down that building and having that building, Vegas is on fire with rumors. Just a few short hours ago, we'll get into that. And that date works well with me. June 10th works really good in Vegas, Tom. It's before we feel like we're on the planet Mercury. In June, traditionally, it'll be anywhere from 102 to 107, whereas July and August will go from 107 to 117. So you'll be able to bake like a potato in the pool and have bottle service for that McGregor fight if it happens.
I'm looking forward, and I'm also looking forward to seeing you. I do believe Cinco de Mayo weekend. Yes. When I say Cinco de Mayo weekend, I'm hoping to see you Cinco de Mayo weekend for Julio Cesar Chavez.
Yeah, you're going to see my folks, my son. It's his holy confirmation.
Oh, I love that.
And my wife reminded me that takes priority over the fight.
Yes, it does. It is. It's a very important. It's a very important date. Mm-hmm. And does he have his sponsor? You have to have a sponsor for your
his grandfather. My dad will be in town.
My grandfather was mine.
You'll like this. I asked my wife if we could have the big meal in the media room at the fight. We could bring the whole family down there and have the media buffet they have over there.
Yes.
That didn't go over well. That did not go over well with my wife. A traditional big Italian. So, Tom, what's going on with Baylor? They fired its associate director of football operations yesterday, less than a month after he was hired by the Scandal Rock School.
He just got the job. It's Baylor's brand new associate director of football operations. His name DeMarco Butler. Fired already. Got the job a few weeks ago. He apparently sent inappropriate text messages to a teenager, and this is where I'm supposed to say allegedly. And then former Baylor football player Trayvon Armstead arrested in Las Vegas, charged first-degree domestic battery, resisting arrest, and damaging a police vehicle. Another bad day for Baylor. Do bad guys go anywhere else to school?
We reported this a while ago. And, Deb Carson, our friend, who filled in for you last week, went there, and she does a lot of great work. And there's some unbelievable student-athletes getting a great religious education at Baylor. Some good people that go on to great jobs and great lives in the world.
Right.
But it's getting to the point where Baylor's athletic department and the football program is such a distraction to that great school that I believe that they have to start looking. And the death penalty is not a term that I throw out lightly.
Right.
I think if you look at the death penalty from SMU, we talked about it with Penn State football and how long it would take to turn it around or not. But it's getting close with Baylor football.
Especially when it's a religious institution. When it's a religious institution, football seems to be a religion in Pennsylvania, and they said they, in no way, shape, or form, would ever take the stand that some things are more important than football. Children were not more important than football. They would never consider it. We need to, in some of these schools, especially religious school, at some point, some school has to put their foot down and say, there's things that are more important than football.
Now, a couple of things. Baylor basketball hasn't been affected. They had the Dave Bliss, and they're going to have that Showtime documentary called Scandal coming up.
Yeah, that was one of the ugliest scandals in the history of scandals.
It could be the scandal. But as you know, Tom, it hasn't affected Baylor basketball. They're a 3 seed in the East, a 3 seed at 25-7. And when you're trying to get 12 kids to play basketball, right, because you're recruiting basketball players, and Baylor's in a big conference, and they're able to still go out there and recruit. Football's differently, a little bit different. When you're a football coach, and you go into the houses of grandmothers and moms and hardworking dads, and you sit on the couch in the living room, and you start recruiting outside linebackers and safeties and wide receivers, and you got to get 75, 80 kids. You're turning over kids every year. And all of a sudden, you have this black eye year in and year out. I don't know how the Baylor football team is going to survive because other than giving away free scholarships, which is really what this is all about in college athletics, if you get to go to school for free to play sports, you'll consider that school. But I think with the reputation of Baylor football going forward, it should deeply affect recruiting for families that care about the reputation of their sons going to play college athletics.
The number one argument against the death penalty in sports for Penn State or Baylor, et cetera, has been, well, the kids that go there now didn't do anything, and that is so lame. Because when we want to throw people in jail for life who committed murder, we don't ever consider their family and the good, decent people in their family who had nothing to do with it. No, everybody pays a price. That's the way it works.
For you, what's more exciting, the World Baseball Classic or Tim Tebow getting a base hit?
Tim Tebow getting a base hit. Yes.
Tebow took a two-strike.
I can use that a
way.
little further to get ears to listen to the radio.
I tell you, he's got no problem getting playing time.
I can milk that.
He has no problem.
No, he
Look at
doesn't.
this lineup today. Granderson in right. Converto, Cabrera, Cespedes, Tebow.
Milky Cabrera!
Tebow 0 for 1, Tom, today. He is batting .091.
Well, yeah, but he would be batting 300 if it wasn't for the media. It's all the liberal media's fault.
Well, I'll tell you this. I was really excited about Tim Tebow playing spring training. He has failed miserably. And I'm pulling for him. I want him to get on a hot streak. I want him to play double-A ball. That's what I want. Play double-A, hit a couple of home runs, at least get considered for a call-up. Tim Tebow's been given every chance to play spring baseball, and he cannot put the bat on the ball.
Our whole society is an affirmative action program for Tim Tebow.
Yeah, we're doing everything to get. Terry Collins is giving him every chance he can to pinch hit, get up there, get extra at bats. He's batting .091 in spring
at
training.
At least if he can bat 200, our friends listening in Binghamton, New York, can watch him play for the Binghamton Mets.
Well, the AAA team for the Mets is here in Las Vegas, so we want to get
Las
Tebow
Vegas
out
51.
here. Doesn't look like he's going to make it.
Hey, it's Looney, the sportscaster with the jingle. As a sports fan, you have to have a lot of confidence in your team that they call the right play, draft the right guy, hire the right coach, design the right logo. But when it comes to buying a car, so much hocus pocus. How much confidence do you have that you're going to get the right price? At True Car, they show you the real pricing on actual inventory from a True Car certified dealer near where you live. And these aren't just any dealers, they're True Car certified dealers, a network of car sellers committed to transparency. They offer competitive prices and an all-around better car buying experience. And don't we all need that? You can even work directly with a True Car certified dealer to establish a fair price before you even show up on the lot. And check this out. For new car purchases, True Car customers save on average over $3,000 off of MSRP. So when you're ready to buy a new or even a used car, visit True Car and enjoy a more confident car buying experience. Learn more at www.truecar.com.
ErieHelpWanted.com salutes the Employee of the Month. The one employee you can't live without. The others, let's just call them Dave.
Dave, what does collate mean? Oh, hey, Dave. I think it means to flush.
Oh, thanks, Dave. Well, better start collating the boss's sales pitch. We believe local businesses should be packed with more local Employees of the Month and fewer Daves. We make it easy to post a job, and it's local, so you won't get spammed by faraway job seekers. ErieHelpWanted.com. Local jobs that work.
Dave is a common name used in a comical way. Please don't write us to tell us you were insulted by this ad. That would be a real Dave move, Dave.
This is Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
Sarah was looking for a job, but wanted to stay local.
That's right.
First, she built a giant satellite, then launched it into space to send a signal transmitting her resume. This did not lend Sarah a job, but it did start a war with the Zarkon Nebula.
I went too far.
Yes, Sarah went too far, but you don't have to go too far to go far. ErieHelpWanted.com only posts local jobs, so employers are way more likely to respond to your application and offer you a job. ErieHelpWanted.com. Local jobs that work.
The Otters are back in the playoffs, and you can follow the journey as they march towards an OHL championship. Purchase your playoff ticket package today by visiting OttersHockey.com or contacting the Otters at 814-455-7779.
The flu is unpredictable and can be serious. Who needs to be vaccinated against the flu? You. Get a flu vaccine. For more information, www.flu.gov.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps demonstrate their commitment to defend the American way of life. Since 1775, we have served our nation as a force in readiness, From combat operations to humanitarian assistance in every corner of the world. No matter where the mission takes us today, or wherever our country needs us tomorrow, we always remember the land we call home. As Marines, we take a stand for each other, for our nation, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
America was built by people with a few dollars and a dream. But even today, there's still one path to success that only requires a dream and about $10. Because if your dream is to start or grow your business, something as simple as the right business card could make all the difference. Right now at Vistaprint, you can get 500 customized high-quality business cards for only $9.99. That's $9.99, and your satisfaction is absolutely guaranteed. Just go to Vistaprint.com, use promo code 5757 at checkout. That's Vistaprint.com, promo code 5757.
The microphone assassin.
It's the Ben Maller Show.
Transmitting now.
There is a concern that must be addressed here, the elephant in the room, if you will, that college basketball is losing its grip on the hearts and minds of the American sports fan. Now, not you, right? You're listening either because you're a supporter of what we do here, you like that, we thank you for it, but you're listening now to a sports talk radio show, which we broadcast live in the wee hours of the morning, but I'm talking specifically about the non-hardcore sports fan. So is that a fair statement to make that the college basketball tournament is not as popular now as it had been in the past with the casual observer? I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the other people. Them.
Ben Maller. The Ben Maller Show.
The microphone throttler.
Weeknights, 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific.
Broadcasting from the Bud Light Studio in the historic Boston Store. AM 1330. Fox Sports Radio. WFNN Erie. The Fan.
Fox Sports trending now.
Live from Los Angeles, I'm Tom Looney. Slaving over a hot microphone. We used to call the first four March Madness games play-in games. Now we call them the first four, and the first four was played earlier. New Orleans and Mount St. Mary's.
Thomas lobs it in. Ray steps in front of the pass, steals it. He puts it up. It's off the top of the backboard. Mount St. Mary's has stolen it. Literally 67-66 over New Orleans.
Westwood One Radio Network provides us with a call. Mount St. Mary's will now play Villanova. Our second first four game underway. Kansas State in front of Wake Forest. 28-24. 5 minutes left in the first half. Another triple-double tonight for Russell Westbrook. 25, 12, and 19. Thunder cut down the Nets 122-104. That's what's trending, and I'm Looney.
We are Fox Sports. To master the fastest sport in the world, it takes lightning-quick reflexes and untamed courage. On the drag strip, it's no guts, no glory. The NHRA Gator Nationals live from Gainesville, Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern on FS1. This is the most interactive show.
Now featuring...
Thanks for having me on, guys. JT, and is it Tony Looney? Is that what it is?
Tom Looney.
Jeez,
wow.
This is JT the Brick with Tom Looney.
JT and the Brick. JT the Brick. JT is the Brick.
Live from the Geico Fox Sports Radio studios.
It's a great world we live in.
Here's JT the Brick.
Yeah, last hour of the show. Good to have you. Looney's back. We got a big show from the Geico Fox Sports Radio studios. 15 minutes. Could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Go to geico.com for the free rate quote. Mount St. Mary's beats New Orleans. Here's the final call as they advance. They play in the play-in game, and now they get invited to the big dance.
Thomas lobs it in. Ray steps in front of the pass, steals it. He puts it up. It's off the top of the backboard. Mount St. Mary's has stolen it. Literally 67-66 over New
Westwood
Orleans.
One Radio Network providing us with the 15-second version. I prefer the 27-second version next time. Alex, we've got 3 hours to fill here on Fox Sports Radio.
Tom, every year our long national nightmare continues.
Yes.
Where everyone in America asks what channel is True TV.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah, every year
No
we do
pun
this at the
intended.
same time. We believe we know where True TV is. We think we do.
It's where some of us watch the Carbonaro Effect, but when I say that, that doesn't help everybody.
Yeah, once Oprah, and Looney, you can tell that storyboard music.
Yes.
Tell us what the big decision Oprah was making when she decided to leave ABC 7.
Oh,
When
yeah.
everybody knew what channel she was on in L.A.
It was so much. In L.A. and New York, Oprah was on Channel 7. So easy in those two markets. And many other cities, she was on 3 or 4 or 9. So easy for people to remember when you're on 7, 3, 4, or 9. Then, and you're making hundreds of millions of dollars a year, more than Judge Judy. And then you decide, I'll start my own network, and I'll go on to, in one city I'll be on channel 247, in another city I'll be on 245, in another city I'll be on 755. She realized, it's much harder getting people to go to channel 247 than to 7.
Yeah. So we'll never figure out what channel True TV is, right? We'll have to look. The casinos don't know. The sports bars don't know. Like, when was the last time you walked into a sports bar and said, hey, buddy, can you turn on True TV? My team's playing here at the bottom of the hour. Have you ever seen a bartender who could figure it out and grab the remote and pull that off?
Very, very seldom, because usually they're not watching Forensic Files when you go into bars or the Carbonaro Effect. They're watching sports on a normal channel.
NBA action. The big story is the Warriors are back after kind of a mini meltdown. They'll play tonight against the Philadelphia 76ers. I broke down their schedule all day today. They have 16 games remaining. I believe that the Warriors need to go 14-2. I repeat, 14-2 to go out there and get a chance at winning the number 1 seed. I think that the Warriors have 7 games that are locks, or 8, and then they have a bunch of other games that are games they should win, and I have 3 games that are flip-a-coin games, at Oklahoma City, at Houston, and the back-to-back at San Antonio. So those are games I don't know what's going to happen. You got to flip a coin because there's no Durant, but the other games they have to win. They have 13 out of 16 games, including tonight, where they have to win. But we don't know if the Spurs, Tom, can hold on to the number 1 seed because we don't know if Greg Popovich is desperate for that 1 seed. And give me credit, I know you will. I've said a month ago that Popovich has to forget about his past, and he's got to get the 1 seed. He's not going to beat the Warriors in a 7-game series as the road team at Oracle. If he gets game 1 and 2, and he gets game 7 in San Antonio, I think the Spurs have a shot at doing it.
Good coaches, and he is one, I hate to say it, good coaches know how to adjust. Good coaches know how to adjust to what's happening in society. Every 4 years or 5 years, they walk into a locker room. People have earrings in different places, or they're sagging their pants, or they have new music that they didn't grow up listening to. And coaches don't blink an eye. They're not the rest like the rest of stuffy society. They roll with the changes. And one thing any successful coach does is roll with the changes, or changes how he used to do things to adjust to the future and what's happening in the present. And that's what Pop should do. I absolutely agree.
There's only one thing in my life, because I sometimes act like I'm in my early 20s.
Yes, we
and
both
you can back that up. So I'm not the get off the lawn guy.
Nope.
Never been that guy.
Nope.
I will never be that guy. When I was skiing last week in Vail, I wasn't the get off the lawn guy. I was the guy balls out skiing in the bar until they closed it. But Tom, I'm starting to be the get off the lawn guy when it comes to young kids who just got their driver's license who speed. I take my kids to school, and Looney Game Show music, I don't know if this is bad or good, but when a kid comes by me in a 30-mile-an-hour going 70, and I put my hand out the window to slow down, is it wrong that I follow that young child to the stall where they park, take their license plate down, and bring it into the principal's office and hand over? Is that get off my lawn guy, or should I let him do that?
No, that's not get off your lawn guy. Get off your lawn guy is people getting upset over stupid stuff like kids with their earrings or their sagging pants or their rock and roll music over the years and all that nonsense. What you're talking about is logic.
Safety.
It's in safety, right. The number 1 way we die in this country is in cars. And the worst drivers are old people and teenagers. And we're not going to get old people off the road because no politician is going to get up in front of a podium and say, we're getting old people off the road, or he'll lose his election. But the politicians have no problem saying we got to be tougher on kids who are driving crazy. And with the testosterone level of teenagers, which is something I think you know about, JT, they tend to do crazy things, especially young guys between the age of 15 and 25. Yeah, we got to keep them from driving crazy. You're absolutely right.
A couple quick things. I know you don't care about my bracket. I care about yours. I'd like you to play in our bracket challenge by going to Fox Sports Radio.
Love it.
.com. You can find it. Just click on the link. It's really easy. I just tweeted it out.
I locked mine in, and now I got to make changes. Now I got to go back and delete it.
Well, you
and go
can
back
make
again.
changes. You can make changes tomorrow also. But here's a bit of my bracket.
Okay.
A bit of my bracket with some upsets. I have Eric Musselman and Reno.
Good.
They don't like being called that. They like being called Nevada. They're a 12 seed. I have them beating Iowa State, the 5 seed.
He's a friend of the show. We got to go with him.
Another, I wouldn't call it an upset alert, but I feel pretty confident that you're going to see this win, and this will not shock the world, but get it going. I got Marquette over South Carolina. When I look at another game that I like a lot, I like the Florida schools. I'm riding Florida, Miami, and Florida State to multiple wins. My Elite Eight, Looney Game Show music, please.
Okay.
My Elite Eight tonight consists of Villanova, Duke, Gonzaga, Arizona, UCLA, North Carolina, Louisville, not Louisville, Louisville, Rock Chalk Jayhawk, Kansas. And drum roll, please. I haven't heard the other guy other than me. Maybe I'm the dumbest guy in the room or the smartest. I have Gonzaga, Zagalicious. I have Gonzaga winning your national championship. I'm all in. I'm all in on Gonzaga.
Well, guess who might have something to say about Gonzaga? And that would be your 4-seed West Virginia.
Yeah, I'm nervous about the
Yeah,
pick.
you
I
should
don't
be.
feel good about
You should
it.
be. Well, you should be nervous about West Virginia. They can make a run to the Final Four. You can't count them out the way they play defense. Suffocating. What are they calling them? They're calling them press Virginia. Yeah, the way that they're playing the suffocating full court press, averaging 10 steals a game. Don't sleep on West Virginia. And remember, I mentioned this: the University of Vermont, who hasn't lost a
Yes,
game
been on Vermont for a while
since November.
Check Harmon, the Swollen Dome. Can Northwestern, are they good enough to beat Vandy and beat Gonzaga and then beat Notre Dame, considering they had 23 wins on the year? And what about Mike Bray and Notre Dame, Tom? If Notre Dame gets by West Virginia, could they knock off Gonzaga and take on Arizona? The popular pick by most popular people seemed to be Arizona getting to San Jose, California in the Elite Eight, getting to the Final Four in Phoenix / Glendale. And then if they get there, Tom, it's going to be one of the craziest home games we've ever seen at the Final Four, because Arizona already travels as good as any program in America. They travel better than the entire Pac-12 combined. Arizona, if they get to a backyard game at the Final Four, are going to be tough to beat.
Arizona's going to be tough to beat, and because of the lack of ability of UCLA to play defense, people seem to be overlooking UCLA. But don't overlook UCLA because of the way they play offense.
Yeah.
What happens at March Madness? And they certainly know how to beat Arizona.
Yeah, I saw UCLA play last week. I told you.
Yeah.
I saw them at the Pac-12, and I wasn't impressed. So that's going to be interesting. I have UCLA beating Kentucky, but I don't have them beating North Carolina. And North Carolina's got 7 losses. Just when you think North Carolina this year was good, they drop a game, they win for 2 weeks, they drop a game. The schedule was really tough for North Carolina, but I don't have them with the ability to win 6 games in a row with Roy Williams and cut down the net.
If Lonzo Ball and UCLA get hot, he's surrounded by guys that have been there for a while. And Bryce Alford, the coach's son, isn't this on the team because he's the coach's son. He's a guy that can hit 10 threes in a row, and he has at one point this year in one of the games. Can also play one of the guys on that team who can play defense, and he's been there. He's a senior. So he's got some guys that are long in the tooth, Lonzo Ball, because he's not around him. And so I think just because of, for some reason, people are overlooking UCLA, and I'm surprised.
Yeah, the third best player on Oregon blew out is ACL in the Pac-12 tourney. I would have had Oregon. I would have picked Oregon over Louisville. I might have even picked Oregon over Kansas, but they lost a big shot blocker and an impact emotional leader there. Don't know what's going to happen. I'm having fun going with Gonzaga if they get beat early. I've been beat early before in bracket contests, but you're only going to win a contest if you pick a team. And they're a 1 seed, but most people don't think Gonzaga can beat Arizona, Duke or Villanova, and then the likes of Kansas to win the national championship. I'll go on.
Somehow people want to overlook the 32-1 and beating Arizona, Florida, and Iowa State. I say don't overlook that.
And Eddie Lacy at 267 pounds. Good enough to be the running back for the Seahawks?
I like that. Back in my day, they were all that big.
We'd love to know what's going on with Adrian Peterson. All right, here's the deal. When we come back, Steve Cofield is in studio. He's really strong on everything, but he's super strong on MMA.
Yeah.
The rumor is on June 10th, the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas has been reserved for McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather. The rumors are running crazy here in Vegas today. Steve hosts Afternoon Drive. He talked about it, Tom. We'll have him coming on in a few minutes.
Good. And I want to remind people about Indeed.com. 5 times more hires are made through Indeed.com than any other job site in the world. This is according to independent research. Imagine a lottery that had 5 times more winners, or a Sunday with 5 times more touchdowns. When you're hiring, it makes 5 times more sense to use Indeed.com. Right now, Indeed's giving new users a $50 credit to post a sponsored job on the world's #1 job site. Claim your $50 credit at Indeed.com/credit. That's Indeed.com/credit.
All right, Steve Cofield in studio next, talking about the Floyd Conner. This is big gossip, but it could be true. Do not miss this. It's coming up next.
Our growth, is massive. Why? Check it. iHeartRadio, SiriusXM, iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. We're everywhere. iHeartRadio, SiriusXM, iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. This is Fox Sports Radio.
Hey, it's Looney, the sportscaster with a jingle. As a sports fan, you have to have a lot of confidence in your team that they call the right play, draft the right guy, hire the right coach, design the right logo. But when it comes to buying a car, so much hocus pocus. How much confidence do you have that you're going to get the right price? At True Car, they show you the real pricing on actual inventory from a True Car certified dealer near where you live. And these aren't just any dealers, they're True Car certified dealers, a network of car sellers committed to transparency. They offer competitive prices and an all-around better car buying experience. And don't we all need that? You can even work directly with a True Car certified dealer to establish a fair price before you even show up on the lot. And check this out. For new car purchases, True Car customers save on average over $3,000 off of MSRP. So when you're ready to buy a new or even a used car, visit True Car and enjoy a more confident car buying experience. Learn more at www.truecar.com.
Geico presents a voicemail from your friend, Tree.
Tree here, just calling to say thanks for letting me crash at your place the other night. Well, on your place. It was a rough night. I had a bit too much wind, and I think I might have broke your chimney, actually. So, yeah. Any chance you'd want to drop off my tire swing? Yeah, I mean, if not, that's cool. Okay, later.
Trees won't pay for tree damage. Luckily, one call to the Geico Insurance Agency makes it easy to switch and save on homeowners insurance.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Don't miss Scott's Days at Ace. It's our biggest lawn and garden sale of the spring. So before you get to work on your yard, head into Ace now to save on Scott's, Miracle-Gro, Roundup, Ortho, and more. Now through Monday only, stock up and save over $600 on select Scott's products across the store. And as always, the help is free. Spring is here, and that means so are Scott's Days. Only at your local Ace. Offers valid through March 20th at participating stores. Includes instant savings offers for Ace Rewards members. See store for details.
Bianchi Honda, where they treat every customer as though you're a member of their family. Visit them at 8430 Peach Street, Erie, or 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at
Erie Seawolves, Notre Dame football, Erie Otters, Bayhawks basketball, the Sports Blitz, the best sports radio in Erie, Fox Sports Radio, AM 1330, The Fan.
I never get the flu.
My kids don't need more shots.
I don't have time.
We're all healthy.
My asthma's under control.
But I'm pregnant.
I've had the flu before. It's not a big deal.
My kids are too old for flu.
The media is exaggerating.
I can fight it naturally.
My diabetes, it's under control.
No matter how you build your excuses, the flu can blow your house down.
I can't believe I used up all my sick time.
I missed a week of school during finals.
Now my baby has it because of me.
The hospital? Death?
Keep your foundation strong. Vaccinate. Learn more at flu.gov.
A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
It's pouring rain. It's real dark outside. Your heart starts beating really, really fast. You've never done anything so hard in your life. This is boot camp. This is the real thing now. It's such extreme pain, you don't understand how you can finish. I began to feel that there was no way I was ever going to have my title, U.S. Marine. It takes special inner strength, courage, and desire to do this. I was just thinking, I'm so close. I'm so close. And when I finished, I was like, I'm done. I did it. The moment I will never forget is when this drill instructor that I admire so much comes up to me straight in front of me, put her arm on my shoulder and said, "Good morning, Marine."
PFC Summer Volkman became a Marine. Can you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES. The few, the proud, the Marines.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Fox Sports Radio, 1330 The Fan. So how do you like it? Sounds incredible. You like it like this?
Up the middle. 15, far side 10. Goes in. Touchdown.
Or like this? Curry, deep free right side. Are you kidding me? And what about this? Whatever it is that you like, we've got it covered.
Here we go.
It's sports the way you like it.
It blows my mind.
Mind blown. On Fox Sports Radio. Okay. FS1.
Don't laugh! This ain't reality TV!
To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details. FS1.
I drank with Steve Caulfield in JT's backyard. Oh, was this on? JT the Brick Show with Tom Looney on Fox Sports Radio. You can join us at 877-99 on Fox. Or you can do what most people do, just kick back and listen. We're powered by AutoZone. AutoZone's introducing the new Duralast GT brake pads. Proven tough from the track to the streets, because when you need to go fast, sometimes you need to stop fast too. So check out the Duralast brakes and Duralast batteries. Duralast stuff can only be found at AutoZone. Now live from Vegas, here's JT.
So I listened to Steve Caulfield as I'm driving in today, host of Caulfield and Company on ESPN Las Vegas, also on Sirius XM's Rush Channel 93. He knows MMA, he knows boxing, he knows all sports. And Steve, good to talk to you. Thanks for coming in.
Exciting times, huh?
Yeah, well, both of us who live here in Vegas, and we'll get to the Raider gossip and talk too, but I heard you today talking with your partner Adam Hill about this June 10th event potentially at T-Mobile. Where did this rumor start, and where should we chase this story?
So Adam's a lot more dialed into this than I am. He's the full-time. He's basically the only full-time MMA beat writer for a daily. He was tracking it the last couple of days, and initially the UFC was denying it. Now they're saying no comment. The original source of this was Flow Combat, and there's a guy, Jeremy Botter, there who used to cover MMA pretty heavily for Bleacher Report. So he's really dialed in, and there's some other good sources on this. I do think someone reserved the date. Now here's the question, and Adam couldn't answer it today, and I haven't found out either. Who reserved the date? Because it could be the UFC now that they have this exclusive deal with T-Mobile, but it also could be the Floyd side, which if the Floyd side reserved it, I don't know if it means that much, because I'm sure you guys have talked about it. Basically, this is going to have to be a three-way agreement where Floyd signs with Conor and the UFC. Floyd and Conor can't do the fight on their own. If UFC doesn't approve it, it's going to court. It's not going to happen. So I think that's the key issue here. Like, who reserved T-Mobile for June 10th.
Now, would you believe that Dana White would go ahead and reserve that ahead of time if he thought the negotiation was at least moving forward, even if they're nowhere near a deal just yet, and Floyd wants to be the A side, Conor the B side? Do you think it would be smart and prudent with all the dates and how popular T-Mobile is coming off the Canelo fight to just say, we'll take that date down?
Yeah, it's pretty common for UFC to look ahead and have, say, 8 events plotted out, and they might have 14 sites saved for the 8 events. So they always have a backup plan. They need it because sometimes, in the past they couldn't get regulated in certain places.
Right.
They were waiting for that year to actually get regulation. But no, that's pretty common. This still feels like, and Dana's not the greatest liar because there's been times in the past where he said nothing's close. Like obviously the biggest one was there's no truth at all to the rumors that this thing is being sold. And then like a week later, $4.2 billion, WME and IMG come in. So he kind of fibbed his way through that one. No, I have a feeling it's the Floyd side.
Steve, what's going to happen? How do you feel about the fight, first of all?
I think it's a great moneymaker, obviously, for those of us in Vegas. It's awesome. It's going to make a ton. I mean, I don't, people saying it's not possible, I think that's ridiculous. You've got new owners who just paid $4.2 billion for the UFC.
Kind of a dry stable right now.
Yeah,
right?
And they need big fights. And listen, if this thing's $100 million, right? You start to talk about, $100 a pop. You talk about 4 million pay-per-view buys, maybe 5.
Wow.
Right? We could be talking about revenue even after the pay-per-view cut of $400 or $500 million. They can't find a way to split that up 3 ways.
What happens, and Steve Cofield joins us in studio, what happens, Steve, if this is an embarrassment to Conor McGregor and it's an embarrassment to UFC? Looney talked about the instability of the fighters that they have in backlog there. Is that true? Is that accurate? Are we at a dry point in the sport, or we're still in that McGregor era? What does the sport look like after the sale over the next year or two without a fight like this?
I think they're fine over the next year or two. Some of their guys are coming back. So one of them is John Jones, who we know, it's tough to count on the dude every 6 months because something's always happening with him. Believe it or not, he's actually suspended right now because he took over-the-counter, wiener pills, some sort of off-brand Viagra from a gas station, and popped hot. And this is after being in trouble already. I mean, you want to tell the guy you're approaching 30, you're making somewhere between $6 and $10 million a fight. Pay attention. But he's out for a year because of that. He's going to be back.
Steve, he's from upstate New York. It's so cold all the time. Everyone's miserable. You got to find one way or another to get high, even if it's those pills at the gas station.
Yeah,
I'd say I grew up there.
He's been in Albuquerque a lot too, so I don't think it's the weather about him getting high or partying too much. He's admitted he's had a little too good of a time in his 20s. Now they're fine on stars. They're developing new people. I don't think they're desperate for this fight. I mean, I think they just look at it. Hey, if we can find a way to split, if our cut of this is $350 million. Then we'll kind of break rank. Because, normally what they've done over the years is the fighters on a card basically get about 15% of the cut, and the promotion gets 85%. Now, Floyd rewrote the biz on the other side, and now Floyd's like, hey, I get 60-40, 70-30 versus the promoter. So you can kind of see where UFC, for what they're used to, is like, wait a second, we have to pay Floyd how much? But with new owners, they want to recoup the money. And from the brand standpoint, there is a danger, right? If Conor gets destroyed, and I think he will, I think he's going to be made to look like a fool. He's just going to go out there and swing wildly and just get picked apart and probably stopped after 5 or 6 rounds. What does that do to his brand? Because it's like, bro, you can't box. The best boxer in the world destroyed you. Now how do we pitch you as the baddest man on the planet?
Steve, people said that Trump had no chance going into politics. That's why I'm saying that this is one of those odd years and odd times and spaces. And remember, Floyd's getting older, and I think the greatest thing about this is that Trump effect, A. And B, a lot of times boxing guys are boxing guys only, and MMA guys, UFC guys are UFC guys only. And in this case, they'll get together at the same party and get to debate this. And no matter who wins, I love the event.
I'm not saying it's a bad debate. We're all going to make our predictions on it because there are going to be people on the other side. I've already heard Rogan say it that, hey, if Floyd overlooks the fight, he doesn't train hard, Conor could land a power punch. And there's that chance. He could land a power punch, but I think in terms of skill level, I have a lot of respect for the MMA guys. But come on, compared to a Floyd Mayweather who's a great defensive fighter.
Steve Cofield's our guest in studio as we wrap this up. You've made a great transition on the radio, very similar to Kevin Iole. You covered boxing. We went to a lot of fights together early in our careers, and then you saw the upswing in MMA. Talk to me about the Fertittas and the sale, how Dana's still involved in the deal, the new owners, and what's going to be the philosophy of these new owners as they run this sport. Not just a business, a sport going forward.
Well, I think they're going to mix business in a lot more with the matchmaking, and that's a lot of the hardcore fans are having trouble with that right now because they're making, different matches to make money. So Michael Bisping is the guy at 38 years old who's the middleweight champ. Like, he's not going to fight a top 5 middleweight probably for the first year and a half, 2 years of his reign because there are bigger fights out there. George St. Pierre Bisping is, Looney, you were asking about stars earlier.
Right.
That could be one of the big fights. They have a loaded card coming up in July. They've got a card right after that in Anaheim that'll be loaded as well. But that's what they're doing now. Like, George St. Pierre should be fighting the 170 champ. He was the champ. He's coming back. Right. They're like, no, we can make more money. Bisping's a better trash talker. He's getting the fight. And they're doing that a lot more across the board where maybe the rankings, the integrity of the sport, sometimes is going to have to take a back seat to how we're going to make this money back.
Steve, as we wrap this up, we're also covering Raiders relocation. How are you covering it on your radio show? Because here's the deal. I've never seen two sides where, in all due respect to Vegas, a lot of people in Vegas have no idea how the Oakland fans are dying and cringing over this. They're just like, give me a football team. And I get that because we both live here, and it's not fair to the Oakland fans. But there's an opportunity for football in Vegas. Then there are individuals in Oakland who have no idea how far Vegas has come with the $750 million, and now Bank of America coming in. What does your gut feeling tell you on the vote coming up at the end of the month?
I'm a little leery that it's going to be all buttoned up by the end of March.
Okay.
So that's my biggest thing. And then after that, I guess they could vote again in May, make the decision. But, yeah, Vegas has a great case here. California across the board is not giving public money. That $200 million in infrastructure that the Raiders, could get. And by the way, the Raiders, haven't been involved in any of the Oakland talks at all. So, you may want to have them involved. But Vegas and Nevada, we're insane here. I don't like it. I think it's too much money. I'm not a big fan, believe it or not, as a sports talk radio guy, of public money going to these teams. But we're going to push past $1 billion with this. How is the NFL going to pass on that when nowhere else is going to put up that much money?
And we differ on that issue. I believe that public money has to be a part of it to grow a community and to have that tax revenue and all that. But you really believe that, and I respect your opinion, and it's not going to happen in California anymore. It didn't happen with the Chargers. It's not going to happen. And you, as you just said as we wrap this up, remind everybody how insane it is here. The NASCAR just got their second race. We had you in to talk about Floyd versus Connor. We had the Pac-12. We had all these college basketball tournaments. They will have a Final Four here. If UNLV has this new football stadium with the Raiders, I mean, the Las Vegas looks different on the sports map than it did when we met 20 years ago.
Oh, when we got here, we're talking population of what, 700K maybe in 96? We're at 2.2 now. We're probably pushing towards, in the next 10 years, 3 million. You can see the explosions on the north part of town and on the west side of town. There's still, all that building is back now, so there's going to be plenty of people here. What are we bringing? 42 million people a year. That's probably going to go up. The revenue from this hotel tax jump, that's going to bring in like $600 million a year, so there's plenty of money here. My only issue with the money, public money for a stadium is the amount. That's all. I'm fine with contributing some. I thought the amount was a little bit high.
So you believe the $750 million that passed easily, by the way, and you did a great job covering that. It passed pretty easy. Okay. That's too much. You would have been more happy with 200-300 because 750 is just out of control with everything that needs to go on in a community like this.
I think 20% of the hall is fair. So we're at a minimum of 39%, and who knows, by the time, the roads here. The roads were sort of padded into that $1.9 billion, maybe another $500 or $600 million for the roads down by Mandalay Bay where they want to go. So this thing, public money is going to push well beyond $1 billion. And again, what's the NFL going to say? Oh, we're going to pass on that? To go to cities that don't want to give any money. It's such a bad precedent. Cronky's one thing. They need these cities to put up 40, 50, 60% of the money.
Yeah, guys, did people go to the Pac-12 tournament? Are people going to go to some of these things that you're talking about here, including the Pac-12 tournament? How were the games? How well attended were the games in the Pac-12 tournament?
Yeah, they were. They do well. They have hockey because they have new venues, and T-Mobile is going to be great. We're running late. Steve, thanks for coming in. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Steve Cofield with some great analysis on everything that's going on in Vegas. We'll be back after what's trending.
Lots of rumors, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. June 10th has been reserved at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. A lot of people assuming it's for Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor. A lot of people trying to get to the bottom of who reserved the arena. And, newsflash. that Russell Westbrook is pretty good. Another triple-double tonight, 25 points, 12 rebounds, 19 assists. Thunder cut down the Nets 122-104. Cleveland won their game tonight. Cavs lubricated the Pistons 128-96. Only a couple other games in the NBA. Knicks AMC'd the Pacers 87-81. And Pelicans 420 the Blazers 177. Golden State and Philadelphia just getting underway in the biggity-biggity-o of Oakland, California. First two March Madness games tonight. St. Mary's, holy smoke, New Orleans 67-66. Kansas State in front of Wake Forest 40-36 at the half. And I'm Looney.
FS1. Yeah! FS1.
The best station on the planet.
Look at me. Don't look at anybody else. You look at me!
To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details.
Geico. Fox Sports Radio Studios, 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. Go to geico.com for a free rate quote. Steve Cofield and I have been tied at the hip for a long time, ever since we were both on live after Bite Night with Tyson and Holyfield, and we both had to get under. We both had to get under the stage as gunshots were going off and people were running at us, and women were diving underneath our podium as we were live for Bite Night. And I had the headset on. Steve had the headset on. I took it off and said, see ya. And I ended up running out a side door because it really felt like it was a riot ensuing. And appreciate Steve coming in to do that segment with us, Tom, as he really gave you a deep dive on Vegas and the power of money and the ability for gambling. Once the NCAA and the NFL goes, yeah, we'd rather be involved with Vegas because it's legalized gambling and we can go there and it's regulated, then I think more and more sports events will come here. Pop Culture with Tom Looney, the king of hot gossip at night. He's back. He's got Pop Looney.
Let's do it.
Not three. Milky Cabrera! This is my upset special!
Stop, Hub!
Playoffs? Why do you even ponder passing?
This is madness!
Hey, it's Tiger.
And now it's time for Pop Looney. Here he is. Me. Oh, thank you, Tom Looney. Love the voice. Jingle, the Twitter page. Twitter.com at Looney on Fox is where we can tweet together.
You're creepy.
And there's the email.
You've got mail.
LooneyOnFox at gmail.com. I check it every October. Pop Looney is powered by TrueCar. Save time, save money, and never overpay. Download the TrueCar app today. Here are your top 10 shows on television in the past week. We're going to go 1 through 10. Sorry, Dick. At number 1, it's The Voice on NBC. NBC and CBS seem to dominate the ratings. Little Big Shots at number 2. 60 Minutes on CBS, which has been around since we were little boys. The Walking Dead on AMC at number 4. Chicago PD at number 5. NCIS Los Angeles. Chicago Fire, Chicago Justice, Big Bang Theory, and The Bachelor round out the top 10. As my plane landed from Mexico, JT, the first thing I saw was a tweet from you about The Bachelor. A, what are you doing watching The Bachelor?
I don't watch The Bachelor.
Oh, okay.
My wife was. I walked past the couch.
Okay.
I believe if you believe in the finale of The Bachelor, you believe in Santa Claus.
Okay.
And you believe in fake news. And I can't believe how many people actually go to bed and wake up gossiping
about
that guy who was just beat up 4 different times until he found fake love.
For anybody who has given up bread, I also suggest maybe you give up spending money on classic rock concerts. Classic rock is like bread in a lot of ways. Amazing invention, but we really don't need it as much as we think we do. And if we give it up altogether, we're just fine. Which brings us to Greg Allman and The Who. First, for Greg Allman, everybody knows he's no angel, and he was supposed to tour the country on his own and open for ZZ Top in a very ambitious 2017 schedule. In 1977, he couldn't be depended on to show up. What makes any difference if it's 2017? Apparently, there's no difference. He's canceled all of his
Well, he hasn't been healthy for many, many years, but when you see Greg Allman, if you've ever seen the Allman Brothers, or if you've seen Greg Allman solo, he puts on one hell of a passionate show, and he's got fans dating back to his days of being with Cher.
Oh, yeah.
Greg Allman, we want him to survive and play. And when it comes to The Who, The Who has their residency now in Vegas.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah, the Who will show up at their concerts, but sometimes you won't recognize the music because they're not very good anymore. They may have given the worst halftime performance ever at the Super Bowl, but middle-aged white men in America didn't even notice. Since human beings don't always notice and aren't always outraged by bad behavior within their own tribe, so people didn't even notice they weren't very good. But the Who's taking up residency in your city of Las Vegas, Caesars Palace. Caesars Entertainment announced it today that the Who's going to become the first rock band ever to take up residence at Caesars. It starts July 29th, 6 shows through August 11th. You can hear them sing this song, but it won't sound anything like this. The prices are from $76 to $500 to watch a very hoarse Roger Daltrey. Now, will they all be allowed in the country? Because I know there was trouble with that when they went to the Super Bowl. Will you be going, JT, to see them?
Yes, I will, because I saw the Who at Old Cella, and they were amazing.
Oh, really?
They were really good. They sounded like this. Close your eyes, unless you're driving. Listen to the Who for a second here. I mean, this is America, man. Even though they're from the other side of the pond, you haven't seen the Who.
Yep.
Get after it. Mr. Peter Townsend on lead guitar. That's worth the price of a
ticket. In the days of what was called album-oriented rock. You know how many top 10 hits the Who had in their entire career? Let's bring in Mike Van Sussa.
1.
Thanks, Mike. 1. Okay.
Easy.
We are a month away from Fargo. The third season begins in a month. As you know, I not only thought the movie was a masterpiece, the TV series has been a masterpiece. Third season coming up. The show revealed the first look, a 30-second teaser over the weekend on FX. Season 3 of Fargo will star David Thewlis from The Theory of Everything. He plays V.M. Vargas, a loner and a capitalist whose boss is plotting to partner with Emmett. Jim Gaffigan from 17 Again. Michael Stuhlbarg from A Serious Man will also have big roles in the upcoming season. Show's mostly written by Noah Hawley. He does a lot of the writing for Legion. It's produced by the Coen brothers. I love those guys, Joel and Ethan Coen. Fargo.
As you taught me, both Fargo, the movie and the television series.
Yes.
Masterpieces.
Yes.
Brilliant at its best.